Yeah, welcome episode 260, a nice round number. I love those multiples of 10 of Open Your Toys podcast, the podcast dedicated to the four greatest action figure franchises of the 80s and all time, and those are Rock,
G.I. Joe, Transformers, Masters of the Universe, and Star Wars.
Yeah. We've got a lot of third party where I talk about a lot of other shit, though, too. So even if you don't like those franchises, hang in there with us. We'll pass judgment on your favorite franchise, too. Oh, I don't even have the show notes up. I don't know what to say. If you want to kick it with us, we want you to do it here every other Sunday, 4 p.m. Mountain. You figure out the rest. If you can't make it to the live show, Jesus Christ. If you can't make it to the live shows, then kick it with us in our group at facebook.com/openyourtoys. If you just want to follow the show and know when we're putting out a new episode or when we're recording, all that kind of stuff, you can like us at facebook.com/openyourtoyscast. Then you can go to openyourtoys.com, top of the page, link to the show notes. You can see everything we're talking about, links to everything else I've said, including how to subscribe through Spotify, Google and Apple Podcasts, RSS, Stitcher Smart Radio. You can email us, team@openyourtoys.com. You can leave us a voicemail still, 720-235-TOYS. You can support the show at openyourtoys.com/Amazon, openyourtoys.com/eBay. I feel like a commercial. You know how they say the phone number on old radio commercials like seven times?
Amazon Smile's going away. Is that what we're a part of?
The what? Oh, no.
Away.
I know. No, Smile is for nonprofits because my PTA, we literally just got it set up like 6 months ago and got our first like check for $13 or something. And then they sent us the thing like, sorry, it's out of here.
Fuck you, Bezos.
Yeah, the email said, we feel that it spreads us a little too thin. We really want to focus our donation dollars. I'm like, you were making a difference. You were giving money to a bunch of small organizations that $20 does help. You know, now you're going to give a fucking $500,000 to a company that's not going to do shit with it besides pay their board of directors.
Their total money will go towards the actual charity, and 87% goes towards the people that run it.
Yeah, exactly. So. But no, ours is an affiliate link. So if I wanted to, I could be posting links, and that anytime you see like people say, oh, check out this product, it's because they have an affiliate. And if you click the link and buy it right then, they're going to get some money. Mm-hmm. But the better way to do it is just get everything in your shopping cart, then go to our link and then check out, and you're good to go. Awesome. I'm going to go first for the hell of it. You can find me at facebook.com/openyourtoys or at slickmcfavorite on the gram, which I'm getting a little more active in there. I ripped Cliff off. I stole his steez and threw my own little spin on it. And yeah, I plan to do that.
Really reinventing the wheel there. I was just posting what I was watching.
I know. I did the tags on it, and I did now playing, and there's like 9 million posts with now playing as a tag, and what's playing only had like 600,000, which I thought was kind of interesting. That now playing was so much more. Oh, Rock dropped off. Yeah. So I plan to do that more often. In fact, I'm going to, I don't know what I'm going to watch tonight yet. Ooh, maybe I'll watch Top Gun Maverick while I open my Sky
Have you seen it?
Yes.
Oh,
I went and saw it in the theater, and my wife doesn't know that.
You gotta stop saying shit on a podcast she can watch. Now, granted, I know.
Oh my god! Do you think she would watch this?
Yeah.
It probably brings back like nightmares, you know, of when she was on it. Oh shit. Cliff, where can people find you?
I post in the group as Red Menace, but most of my stuff, as always, is on Instagram, Associate of Horror.
Yeah. And I meant to ask you because I've just been copying and pasting. So do you do anything fancy? Do you post to Facebook and Instagram at the same time? Or do you just copy and paste?
No, my Instagram posts to Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter all at once. Because all my accounts are merged.
Okay.
I only post on Instagram. It just shows on Facebook. The only thing I actually post on Facebook is when I go into our group and post something.
Oh, that's awesome. I'll need to see if I can figure that out and hit you up if I can.
Yeah, you just go into settings. You can sync your accounts on Instagram. It's really easy.
Because I don't want to get active on Twitter again, but I wouldn't mind posting there if people fucking want to. That's where I had 1,000 followers at one time. Before they culled all the fake accounts, at least got rid of all the sex accounts and all that shit.
No, they never got rid of them because every day I get an email. It says you have all these new followers, and it's like 2 to 3 every day. And they're like I said, they're following 1,600 people. They have 40 followers, and they all have 3 tweets. And it's all like it's just such garbage.
Come look at me at adult.
Yeah, it's like, hey, would you like to date this MILF? And it's like, oh.
Maybe I don't want to be back on Twitter.
No, I don't. No.
What about you, Badass?
You can find me here on the show or commenting on Cliff's post on Facebook.
Yeah, you better start commenting on mine, bro.
You don't post anything, bro.
I have been. I've been.
Actually, I've seen these start popping up. So, yeah, I'll start going on your shit for sure.
Plus, a lot of my posts are laser focused to Roger's interests.
Yeah.
No, I feel you.
It's like Keaton, Batman, G.I. Joe.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
What? You don't want to watch Butcher Baker Nightmare Maker?
That movie's awesome.
Dude, that's why I've been like working my way through all of Joe Bob's stuff. Is like these are movies I always saw the covers when I'd be looking for movies as a kid, and so I remember the covers. But then I fucking watched the movie. And I'm like, yeah, this is a good bad horror movie. A
good bad horror movie that starts
get through
with one of the most horrifying car accidents I've ever seen on film.
Yeah,
oh my
God.
God.
that was crazy. And you think about like when it was made and shit.
Yeah.
No, I feel you, Rock. That's 3 hours is tough.
Especially when it's an hour and a half bad horror movie. Like I tried watching some of the Joe Bobs and some of them.
The diatribes you don't see.
I like Joe Bob. I like, but the movies
diatribes.
are a slog to get through. Like the movies are so bad.
He helps. He interrupts.
I agree. When it hits that static and shit, I'm like, oh, thank God. All right. Then I take a break and I watch him just sit there and talk as opposed to watching the movie.
And then he cuts and he goes back to the movie. The camera pans out and then he goes on another 10-minute rant.
I know.
It's awesome.
I don't know how many times it took me until I figured that out. Like, that's just stick. He's like, all right, roll it. That reminds me of the last time that I was doing this,
Yeah, it's awesome.
I just like when he reads off. He's like, nunchuck foo, kick to the groin
driving
foo,
totals.
beer bottle to the throat foo, pull stick through the eyeball foo. I like when he does all that stuff.
How many breasts? Like all the drive-in totals?
Yeah, the driving totals are the best part.
Because I caught him a few times when I was younger. But I really didn't know the history. So if anybody out there has Shudder, if you watch season 4, they call it episode 2. It's the second movie of that week, of week 1. The Cliff, what, Apothecaris or something like that.
Oh, Apothecarius?
I think it's called? Yeah, something like that. That's his anniversary show. Or his 100th episode show. Maybe that's what it was. And so they had the old male girl on from back in the fucking 90s. And they talked about his run on Showtime, his run with her, and then how he got picked up by Shudder and all this kind of stuff. So that was a good one to watch. Plus, that movie was fucked. That movie... It's about a cannibal and he literally eats fucking pulls a baby in their sack and the birth sack out of the mom and eats the baby in the birth sack while it's still attached to the mom while she's still alive. Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty fucked up, man.
Yep. Yeah.
I tell you, I'm actually just told my wife to cancel Shudder. I'm going to watch Near Dark tomorrow and cancel only because there really isn't a lot of movies on there.
Yeah, they don't add too much, and especially if you don't want to watch their, they basically just add a new Shudder exclusive, which is, a cheap film, a cheap Shudder film. But what I did is I got it on a deal. I got it for like $45 for a whole year. So then I'm just like,
Yeah, you have
I
it
pay for it
whenever
by
you
the year
want it.
too.
Yeah.
I think I'm paying like $5 a month or something like that, $4.99.
Yeah,
which
it's
is
pretty cheap.
reasonable.
Yeah.
But there's just not a lot of content on there.
Exactly. I would say if you're not going to watch more than a movie or two a month, that's not worth it.
And then, talk about Joe Bob. One last thing, maybe Cliff can verify this. Was he the guy in Casino when the guy keeps hitting on the slot machine? He's like, "You're too stupid to catch him." That was Joe Bob, right?
Yeah, he goes, "You need to learn how to talk to people." tells Robert De Niro.
And I remember watching another. I think it was on USA. Was it Late Night with Up All Night with Rhonda Shear? It was Gilbert Godfrey and Ron. And they used to watch horror movies. Did any of you guys ever watch that?
Oh,
yeah,
God.
I used to, but I was more Monster Vision.
Okay.
But yeah.
See, and I didn't know about, like, I learned about Svengoolie from my father-in-law.
That's Chicago
and
local.
then-
That's
yeah.
he's a legend around here.
Yeah, exactly. And then what's the other big one? It was like a Jays back in the 70s. I never saw that one. So yeah,
Elvira obviously is a very famous one.
Yeah, and I never saw that. I just don't know if I wasn't in the markets or we didn't have cable or what, but the one I really remember is Up All Night with fucking Gilbert Godfrey and Rhonda Shear.
Yeah, I never realized how big of a horror fan Gilbert was until I saw after he passed away, like pictures of his condo or apartment or whatever. He had big, like, old movie posters, like the one sheets. Like he had all kinds of stuff and all his Dracula Godfrey stuff from Stern. That was just some classic. Oh, God.
Oh, yeah.
That was good stuff.
Yeah. And how can people find you, Rock?
You can find me on Facebook. You can find me in the group. Now I have a little bit more time since I'm not working. I'm posting a little bit more. And you can find me on my couch binge watching All in the Family.
Oh, nice. The original?
Oh, yeah. Amazon Prime has all 9 seasons.
I just started Real Ghostbusters last night on Prime.
I alternate between those two, actually.
Yeah.
Oh,
I didn't realize how many episodes of Real Ghostbusters. There's 10 seasons.
Dude, I fucking fell asleep last night, like 5 episodes in. I don't remember. I was like, they all bleed together. Slimer's doing something stupid. But yeah, I haven't watched it since 86, 87. I watched it as it aired and then haven't seen it since. So
I didn't realize Winston is voiced by Arsenio Hall.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Crazy.
And Garfield is Venkman, like whatever his name was, the guy who did Garfield's voice.
Huh. That's crazy. I'm about to start. I did Blue Bloods. So I went back and I used to never watch crime stuff, and I went back and I did fucking The Shield, The Wire. What was the real hip one? NYPD
Justified.
Blue.
Oh,
I did Justified when it came out just because I like the actor. But so now my only one left is Hill Street Blues. So I'm about to go back and watch.
Wow.
You know who's on Hill Street Blues? Kreese. Kreese is a detective on Hill Street
Oh, really?
Blues.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm excited about that.
Don't forget Cagney and Lacey.
I watched that growing up.
Okay.
So I haven't felt the need to go
The Hill
back
Street
to
Blues
that.
theme song will forever bring me right back to being like 5 years old. Like
Right.
that
See,
piano,
I never watched any of that. I must have watched Cagney and Lacey with my mom, but I watched Cagney and Lacey, Hunter. I used to watch Heart to
I
Heart.
used to watch Hunter.
Yeah,
What
fucking.
about TJ Hooker?
No, Before My Time.
Okay.
That
mine
might be a
too.
good one to go revisit.
What about
Although
Simon and Simon Slick?
Seen a few episodes. I've
watched all of Simon and Simon. I love that show.
I can picture the brothers in my head very easily, but I don't think
Major Dad and the blonde one.
Yeah.
I'm so mad that last year when I was home recovering from the other surgeries, I didn't finish binge watching Miami Vice. I only got up to season 3, and the show took like a real left turn, and then they took it off. It's been off Peacock since.
No.
You can't find it anywhere right now.
Yeah, and I am so pissed that they took most of the NBC shows off of Hulu because we fell behind. I used to watch Law and Order, so now I'm not watching that anymore.
Of the 3?
All of them.
Oh, Jesus.
The only one I wouldn't want, the only one I never could get into was the new one, the fucking, where Stabler is part of the mob.
Yeah, the Mob Justice or whatever it's called, Law and Order.
Yeah,
I didn't watch that one. The SUV one. What was it? The one, the sex crime one. I didn't like watching.
Oh, see, I liked SVU. That's one that kind of stuck with me. The original was the best. The original I did when I was unemployed for my first time. When I got laid off for my big first .com one, fucking back in like 2001. Like, I got super crazy with Law and Order. I'd just get stoned and watch Law and Order all day. All right.
Just so good.
Anyways. So, on with entertainment tonight here. What are we drinking? Anybody drinking anything good? What's that? Oh, back to the Palm Bay.
Yep.
There you go. Oh, what's this?
So
a
when I
treat.
So when I went to Pennsylvania to visit my mom, we stopped at this Amish supermarket called Dutch Way, and me and my son, we were walking around wide-eyed. I mean, like this, like we've never seen this stuff before, and we filled up half a wagon of this A-Treat soda. This is just diet cream soda, but he bought some kind of blue soda. I don't know. It's made with NutraSweet. It's delicious. It's like the best diet soda I've ever had, and it's made in
NutraSweet in 20 years.
Yeah, I know, right? That's why I'm saying. That's why I was like, NutraSweet. This has NutraSweet in it. It's just, it's got all kinds of cancer sugar in it. It tastes delicious, and it's made in Pennsylvania. A-Treat. I've never heard of it before. It's made in. My eyes are going. But it's just diet cream soda made with NutraSweet, and it's delicious. Smooth
and it's red though, right?
Yeah, it's
so
red.
A red cream soda. Yeah.
I still have some other soda in the fridge, but it's made with it's Pennsylvania birch beer, and it's made with real cane sugar. Oh,
yeah, that sounds.
Forget about it. That's
like a Mexican Coke.
Yeah,
Mexican Coke. It's the best ones.
Yeah, with real sugar instead of fructose. Yeah.
I'll tell you what. I don't know if it's just my upbringing, but I prefer fructose.
No way. The Mexican
it
so
just
good.
it just has like a more like sharp, really super sugary. Yeah, the regular sugar ones, I've tried them all through. I grew up with fucking Mexican Cokes in New Mexico, and then when they got on a big real sugar kick and all of them were releasing real sugar versions, I wanted to like them, but I like the high fructose corn syrup ones better. All right, now on to Open Your Beverage cast. For me, I'm drinking, Extra Pale Highway 420 by Sweetwater Brewing Company. What's it say? Don't float the mainstream. Drink them if you got them. If you can count on this OG Pale Ale being fresh, flavorful, well-balanced every time. If you know, you know. And then
is there pot in that?
No.
I don't know. It's Colorado.
I wish.
It's legal, isn't it? Don't they have like pot beverages?
No, that is actually a weird thing out here. You are not allowed to make a alcohol and pot beverage.
Yeah.
Like those. Never shall the tween meet, or whatever the saying
Never the
is.
twain shall meet.
Yeah, there you go.
Same with here. It's legal here, but you can't have beverage, and I don't think you can have baked goods here.
Oh, really? Oh, see, you can have weed, like they call them tinctures. You can have weed beverages. You just can't have weed and alcohol in the same thing for whatever reason. There was talk of, I don't know if we voted something in that, like it piggybacked on some other bill. There was talk that that was going to start happening, but it hasn't happened yet. Like there are only 3 places in a city of 4 million people where you can actually go and consume marijuana here. Like you have to, if you don't go to one of those 3 little tiny places, you have to do it in the privacy of your own home because you can't do it in public or anything.
Shut
like
up,
that.
really?
Yeah. Oh,
Here
yeah.
you can smoke walking down the fucking street like a cigarette.
Are you sure?
Abso-fucking-lutely, man.
Okay.
Downtown, that's all you smell.
Well, I'm not saying it's not all you smell when you go downtown here either, but it's not legal to do so.
No, it's legal here.
Okay. Yeah. They just announced we have a 420 celebration every year because our Capitol is in downtown here.
Same
our
with
Capitol
us. We have a
building.
420 celebration every year, yeah.
Yeah, and this year they're like, okay, it's all legal now, but here's the new catch. You got to be 21 or over. So if they bust you being under 21.
Right.
And it used to be everybody was out there. Teenagers would ditch high school, all that kind of shit. But all right, let's actually talk some toys. How about that? No listener feedback. We're only 30 minutes into the show. Oh, that's not
what's going on with AAA. We're not getting his questions anymore.
I know. Yeah, he asked me to move it up into the show, move it up in the show,
to the
so
beginning.
more people. Yeah, and then he stopped giving us questions.
I have a question for
God,
AAA when we get a check. So.
All right, hold on. This is share screen. Oh my God, they changed something. Okay, this better work. Thank the Lord.
Yeah, there we go.
There we go. All right. Sorry, Badass, what'd you say?
I have a question for AAA when we get a sec.
Oh, okay. It doesn't look like he's on, but thank you to the people that are on and beat us in here. Cowabunga Dude and KJ Smith. Welcome, welcome. We also got Shane Mantra in the house. Yo, 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 yo. All right, let's start some fucking talking toys as we got a lot of shit to talk about. So if you don't have a strong opinion, keep your fucking thoughts to yourself. Just kidding. It'd be a really boring show because Cliff wouldn't talk through half of it. Rock wouldn't talk through a half of it.
Just nod out during the Transformers.
Spero Toys announces a PowerCon Animal Warriors of the Kingdom exclusive, and it looks dope. I love it.
I like these toys.
Yeah,
they're fun.
I haven't been able. The 6-inch line is shipping soon. Is this the bigger scale from the 4-inch? Is that what it is? Do you remember?
No.
Okay. Because they made a 4-inch line and then made big ones of the 4-inch line, and then they made a 6-inch line, but I don't think they've made big ones of the 6-inch. So this has got to be like the upscaled 4-inch. So bring it between 5 and 6 inches. But anyway,
what is that? Beastman colors?
Yeah, yeah. Good old Beastman with the blue and gold and the
white
armor.
face.
Yeah, I
War
like
paint.
it. I don't think I needed enough to have it, but and then 4 Horsemen are doing an exclusive. So they always do kind of what Spero was doing there, and they do a MOTU homage. But this is not that, and they will still be doing their MOTU homages this year. This is a brand new character, and it's not just an exclusive, it's specifically for PowerCon. So PowerCon's going to be selling this, not the 4 Horsemen. So they've just been contracted to make an exclusive for PowerCon. And he looks dope. I like it. Got those legend horns rocking. I like the big chin on the skull.
Yeah, real maniac cop jaw.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Star Wars first fan stream coming up this week, I think, or next week.
I think it's this week because it's the first, isn't it?
Oh yeah,
like
February.
Wednesday.
Oh yeah, they're doing Transformers on Tuesday and then Star Wars on Wednesday. That's right. So yeah, set your calendars. I'll be there. Oh, Tuesday. Oh shit.
I'm doing my taxes right when that's why I have my appointment with my accountant. Otherwise, I would just watch it. But getting that big tax return is more important right now.
Yeah, exactly. And they're always recorded, so if anyone ever misses them, you just go to fucking Pulse's fucking YouTube channel. And then, like I say, Transformers fan stream on the 31st. And then I guess I didn't realize this. I was trying to dig into this. So this is New Jersey Collector Con presents East Coast G.I. Joe show and collector meet. So we talked about in the last show, New Jersey Comic Con being a bucket list show that I'd love to go to. But this looks like this is a separate one. Have you gone to these, Rock? Because these wouldn't be too far from you.
It's South Jersey. I've gone when my son was little, and he used to play with toys. We used to go. It's in the a lobby of a hotel. It was in multiple rooms. It was in the hallway. It was a packed show. It was a tight show, but we used to get some absolute incredible deals. I mean, but then again, this is like 10 years ago.
Back when you could get
I remember
deals.
going there and buying like what was it, the Pursuit of Cobra? Like I remember finding Crazy Legs for like $12. Ones I just didn't see in the store. I mean, but like I said, that's how long ago it was. When last time I went was about 10 years ago. That's how I met Joe Colton there for the first time. She was a cosplay. I met Gary Goggles. He used to have the I forgot what that group was called, where he had like all the unproduced figures.
Declassified.
Oh, declassified.
Yeah, he used to have a declassified table. It's a great show. I mean, honestly, Slick, to go from Denver to Cherry Hill, New Jersey wouldn't be easy. It's a fun show. If you're in the local area, it's definitely worth going to.
Yeah. Yeah, it would have to be in conjunction with so George, they used to run October Toys. He now works for the Four Horsemen. So he moved out to Jersey with his wife and their baby. They had their baby while they were in New Jersey, but he's invited me out there. His thing was to go to a Legion's Con, and I'm like, I don't know if that'd be fun though, because he'll be the Four Horsemen will be working the whole time. He'll be working the whole time. I think I'd rather go visit him when I could just bum around the studio and see what they do and shit like that. And
irritate Corn Boy.
Yeah, exactly. Just hover around people's shoulders.
And I think they do tours that you have to ask Randy, but I don't know how it works with getting in there, but I know people have gone and visited that place too. I'm not sure what part of Jersey it's in though, but I know Neck is there, which is kind of interesting. That Neck and Four Horsemen are both.
You can hit up the TSD General Store too.
Yeah.
At the Eric
Cohen. Oh, welcome, Eric Cohen. I think this is the first time I've seen your name pop up in the chat. He says they're amazing. Brinkalizer says not worth traveling. Like I say, it would be in conjunction with hopefully meeting other people and that kind of stuff. Like, it's never, I'm going to go all that way just to go to a show. I'm going to go all that way and meet people I've never met in real life and that kind of
I'm sure they still do it, but they did always have really good door prizes. They always had good giveaways, which I'm sure they probably still are doing. But
yep, it's the third item here.
Oh, okay.
So custom his tanks, which I love that. If you've ever seen pictures of them, same thing as like the Vader helmet and the Stormtrooper project and all that kind of shit. But yeah, and door prizes are number 3.
The other thing I remember about going there was the first time we ever went to Miller's Ale House was near the hotel that we stayed at the NJCC, and that was a really good place.
Nice.
It's a chain. It's a chain restaurant that I don't know if they have them out by you guys. Probably not, but I know on the East Coast it's been popping up.
Yeah, not by me. I hadn't heard of them.
Yeah, Brink might know. Sweet potato fries. They come with like a whipped cream and cinnamon dipping sauce instead of ketchup.
Ooh, hell yeah.
fantastic. Yeah.
Sounds delicious. Too bad you need to eat sweet potatoes to enjoy it.
That's what I was gonna say.
You guys don't like sweet potatoes? I love sweet potatoes.
Oh,
Fake
God.
potatoes? No, they can go to hell.
Oh, blasphemy.
Now, see, because I'm a good guest and I will always have whatever I'm served. I've had people that have made me baked sweet potatoes that were more savory, like with herbs and butter. That was really good. And I have had good sweet potato fries. But most of them are crap. Just because I don't like sweet potatoes. All right, let's get into some toy news. Studio Series Rise. Oh, I put RTOB. Rise of the Beasts. Cheetor. We get a good look at him. So we've seen all these teasers. Now we see exactly what he looks like. I do like that they're not just trying to make him look like the original Beast Wars, where they were trying to make them look like realistic cheetahs. Like, I like that they look like mechanized animals. I don't know what really good that does if you're trying to be a robot in disguise, if you look like a mechanized animal. But yeah.
What's up with the face? Like,
yeah,
it just seems pretty blah.
Well, Cheetor did have kind of like the weird like cat little like things that those weird plastic surgery people do to try to look like cats. So I can see they're kind of doing that with it, but
I know it's blah for a Bayformer.
Yeah. Well, and that's the whole thing. No more. These are not Bay movies anymore.
Oh, okay.
Remember, Bumblebee started that whole path of they are more normalized models.
Right.
The Bumblebee Prime.
What you're talking about was about the face, like people trying to transform it. I saw this story the other day. This guy who cut his nostrils off, his earlobes off. He tattooed his whole face black. He wanted to look like an alien. He had his teeth filed down, and then you know what it said? I can't get a job anywhere. No fucking shit. You can't get a job anywhere.
No shit.
He's like, I transformed myself to look like an alien. Oh, and he cut off some of his fingers too. He cut off like his leg. He only had like 3 fingers on each hand.
Oh my god!
What?
Don't read the New York Post. You'll find real garbage in that thing. But the guy looked like this face, but in black. This robot face. Oh god.
Yeah, no, that's I am all for people modifying yourself however you want. But if you start getting face tattoos or fucking go crazy and then you complain about not getting a job. Yeah, exactly. Like, you should have thought about that beforehand. You need to be independently successful.
Either that or you're going to be like a tattoo artist.
Yeah,
There's
exactly.
no other thing you can really do.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen personal trainers that, have face tats, and obviously they're great, and shit like that. But, yeesh. All right. New name reveals during this is what I get for not watching it. They posted this. I was like, oh, I should really watch that unboxing video. But during the Sky Striker HasLab official unboxing, they name dropped that Agent Helix and green shirts are coming. So.
Yeah, but we kind of knew that already. Helix was coming. She's not coming.
Oh, did we? Was there an announcement or something, or a tease?
I've known about Helix coming for a while.
Oh, well, you got the insider info, I guess. But yeah, the green shirts are going to be a troop builder set, which until they put them in the retro, I don't need a green shirt. Because that's the only thing I like about a green shirt is that they're everywhere in the cartoon.
Yeah.
But I never had Grunt or, anything like that from the original, You know me, I don't like the army looking, the real military looking military guys.
Yeah, think about it. To make a green shirt, how easy? All you gotta do is take the breaker figure, put a different color, paint the shirt different, and come up with a different head. You have all the other stuff ready. You have the laser rifle. You have the helmets. You have everything. You just need some kind of
It's just a head pack.
Head sculpt,
Yeah.
basically. That's all you need. So it's very easy for them to produce, but I guess...
Well, they're releasing a grunt, are they not? For classified, I'm pretty sure they're doing a grunt, so they already have the green shirts already set up.
Well, they got
Breaker. That I've seen.
They got Breaker, they got Snake Eyes, they got Stalker.
Yeah, I mean, they have the parts they need.
They have the sweater.
I don't think they've announced a grunt yet. You're living in the future, badass.
Dude,
you're like, I knew about Helix. Oh, yeah, they're releasing.
I swear I've heard Grunt coming, and I knew Helix was coming already.
Helix is a badass figure. She's one of my favorite Rise of Cobra figures.
I love Helix.
I love the figure, and I love the backstory of the comic. But I think my Helix fandom is over. I don't think she'll go on the Jomo list. All right. This is kind of interesting. AAA was, he mentioned this, and then I kind of did, I was going to say, I did a deep dive. I did 5 minutes of Googling. And it looks like this may be driving what has Hasbro doing a zero plastic policy. Is in the UK and other regions, other foreign regions, they are giving tax breaks to companies that are doing no plastic initiatives. So might have had a little bit of something to do with it. Again, like I say, I would have bought one of each of the Dungeons and Dragons figures because I like the animated art on the cards, but I hate that they're fucking boxed, that they're just a little box slapped on a card. So
I can tell you whose fault this is. It's Greta Thunberg.
Oh. I think it's Thunberg, but yeah.
That little bitch. How dare you?
I love Greta. She's awesome. She's such a stone cold badass.
Well, thank her for your windowless packaging. I don't want to hear anything for you. Go thank her every time you look down the toy aisle and you go, thanks. I can't see what the fuck's in this box.
Yeah, I say thank you, Greta. Now I don't have to deal with this, and I leave the aisle.
Jomo list.
This is true. She is reducing the amount of things added to my Jomo list.
Because I tell you, man, the impulse buys are don't hit when it's a closed box.
Yeah, I agree. I
kind of love it.
I saw my first, and I don't think it was in our group. I think it was just scrolling down my Facebook feed. My first cardboard swap, and it was the Venger Dungeon Master 2-pack. Not that would have been on card to begin with. Maybe it might have been, but somebody got figure swapped. They bought a box and it had some Halo figures in it.
Man, I have about 50 basic wrestling figures you could stick in all those boxes.
You're like, I'll have to pay for another figure for a year. Let's see. Hasbro cuts its workforce by 50% internationally, so that's not all here in the States, but shares fell. Eliminate about 1,000 full-time positions, dude. Just and this is nothing for the tech industry, but I've been laid off 3 times now. Like, oh, you're one of our best workers, but you make too much money, so I get laid off. And this just makes me sick to my stomach. All those tech layoffs and shit like that. Like, I am just of the mindset of a business, again, for people that want to make money, the sole reason of a business is to make money. For people that want to own businesses, you should be thinking about your employees, and you should be planning on, you should be more concerned about keeping your employees long term than, we need tons of people, hire them all now, and if we don't need them, we'll just fire them next year.
What you just said is what's going on, because my wife actually told me about one of her friends does IT, and he has a pretty good job. He's like $130,000 a year, and they got a mass communication. It was a text at 6 a.m. saying that they're laying off 10% of the entire company, and that when you log into your computer, if you don't have access, that means you're one of the people laid off today.
That is
So for the next 2 hours, he had to be on pins and needles thinking like, can I log in? Can I log in? Could you imagine that's the way you find out you got laid off is by you would log in from home to work and now you can't work. That's how it's not even personal anymore. And what they basically claimed was that they overhired during the pandemic because there was a fear of not having enough workers. But now you look at every big job's letting people go. Yeah. Every big company, Amazon.
And that's what they all say. They hired during the boom. And then now they're just like, oh, but now it's all slow again. Inflation, blah, blah, blah. Like I say, it is fucking ridiculous that gas prices, inflation, all this shit is supposed to be happening, but yet companies are making like record-breaking profits and shit like that. Like, really? Give me a fucking
break, I mean, I'll give you an example, even like in the industry I'm in. I'm in the tree industry. We spray trees, we do tick spraying, and we do tree removals, tree pruning. This year compared to last year, I mean, even though I'm not technically working right now, the phones aren't ringing. People are not calling up right now to get their trees pruned. Normally every winter we're backed up. We have a month backlog of scheduling. People are not calling up because it's $3,000 a day to have a crew there for pruning and tree removals. Yeah. They're just not calling. Unless it's an emergency, something that has to be done, the phones are just not ringing like they used to. What's a big difference between this year and a year ago. So I'm seeing it even in my industry, which is normally not foolproof, but just people, and these are people with money, with vacation homes.
Well,
that's
what's
money
surprising.
Right now.
Yeah, that's what's surprising me. And I guess to their credit, right? Even though you're rich, you're still taking care of your money and probably cutting back on shit. It sucks that it affects fucking, because that's what I was thinking. It was more blue collar and stuff, because everywhere here, you can't get a contractor out to your house. You can't get a tree person out to our house here. You know, they're all booked out for months at a time. You know, you see a few people that are like, oh, it's our slow season, and then of course anything that pays under $20 an hour here, fast food, grocery stores, restaurants, they're all looking for work. All not looking for work, looking for employees. So I thought it was mainly just these fucking tech companies that thought that they were going to ride high, but I'm disgruntled. All right. Let's talk about fun stuff. Possible Twincast and Metalhawk. Well, that's not too fun. A repaint of Blaster in the Legacy line. Metalhawk will be interesting, considering he was a pretender. I always like to see what they come up with for pretenders. But that might be interesting, a Voyager Metalhawk. Oh, here's something to make me mad. He-Man Masters of the Universe Bearbricks. Why is the first shot his butt? So if you're not an art toy fan, you may not have heard of Bearbricks. They are an art toy that basically they're kind of like fucking Pops. They have made like almost every license you can possibly think of, except for their high-end toys and very expensive. This is the small Bearbricks. I want to say are like 2.5 inches, 3 inches at most. And then they make these big Bearbricks, 400% Bearbricks, that are like 10 inches, I think. But I just hate this fucking mold. So there we go. I mean, look at that He-Man. The Skeletor's not that bad.
He-Man looks fucking brutal.
The beer belly, yeah.
He looks like he looks like the Beast from fucking Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah, like the TV show?
Yeah, the TV show Beast?
Yeah.
Like a lion?
Yeah, exactly. I've always hated Bearbricks. I think I own like one Green Lantern Bearbrick or something.
I've always hated them. Only own one.
But I bought one.
So this is...
Christ. Man, that's ruthless.
Yeah, that's not good. That's not a good look.
No.
Yeah.
It almost looks like Owen Wilson with his nose is so messed up.
Yeah, the big kick in his nose. I was thinking The Critic, the John Lovett's animated series.
You thought it
kind of
stinks?
looks like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It stinks.
It just makes him look so fat and bloated. He's like dad bod He-Man. That's He-Man when he's like 45, I guess.
Yeah.
He's still got some. His arms
He-Man
are
looks
ripped.
better than that at 45, buddy.
He's still got the belly.
Yeah, he needs a less hair.
Yeah.
If he had less hair, I would resemble that.
What was that cartoon where it was like He-Man married a real woman? Zorn? Was it?
Zorn, yeah.
Where he had like the male pattern baldness.
Yeah, he had the bald spot, but he still was ripped, or not ripped, but he wasn't fat at least. All right. Let's see. New Stretch Armstrongs. Yeah. Get your Bumblebee Armstrong here. You can get figures. Are these still filled with what was it? Corn syrup back in the day? Is that
it's like
what
corn starch? It was a powder.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think it might.
I
have been
never
corn
had
starch.
one as a kid.
Me neither.
I don't think I've ever owned one either.
So these were shown at the UK Toy Fair. Oh, last year. This company stated the new products. Oh, at the end of last year, Bumblebee became the first character to be a stretchable figure. Now they're going to expand the line to more Transformers along with Star Wars characters. So would you prefer to stretch a Star Wars character, Cliff?
No, I'm good.
Yeah.
Stretch doesn't really. I had some samurai stretch warriors back in like the late 80s, early 90s. I forget what they were called. But they were like samurai ninja guys that had like plastic armor and then like a stretchy underbody.
Well, here's my question.
Stretch has never been my thing.
Kids don't buy toys anyway. We buy toys. Adults buy toys.
They said we're 25% of the market.
Yeah, I'm sure it's a lot more than that.
Yeah. No fucking way a kid could afford a toy.
Do you think adults are gonna like? I mean, even though it's Transformers or GI Joe or Star Wars, I don't think any of us would really buy a stretch figure.
No, I don't have any connection to it.
Do you think it's just some licensor thinking, hey, we could just take this generic thing and make a stretch whatever, and people are gonna buy it?
Oh, you slap a Stormtrooper and you slap a Bumblebee. I would say 25% of collectors will buy them.
But because a kid, how much play
That's
time
too
can
much.
you really get out of a Stretch Armstrong before you're bored with it?
Exactly.
At least other
how I
Transform, you
feel.
could transform it back and forth. If it's a car, you could roll it. You could do stuff with it as a kid. But Stretch Armstrong, after a while, you just I don't know.
You're just
I
done
never
with it.
had one as a kid. I never saw the fun of it.
The only one I had as a kid, and wasn't a Stretch Armstrong, it was the like Godzilla looking one. Do you remember what that one was called? It was like a hunched over. I'll look it up, but
I mean,
that's
they made wrestling stretch figures like Hogan, Roddy Piper, and all those guys.
Oh, really?
And
Oh,
things are
crazy.
a fortune on eBay. They were all, I think, like $500 plus, and you got to like lube them up every year. You got to actually there's something you have to actually rub on them so they don't break.
Yeah, so they don't dry out.
And I think the Incredible Hulk is another one that's worth money. That's obviously not a wrestling figure though. But
so the toy I had was the tacky Stretchoid Warrior.
All right, so let's take a look here. Tacky Stretchoid
Warriors.
Yeah, there we go.
I had one of these and never needed another one.
Oh, that's crazy. Is this France? Is that the France flag? Or is that
I've
Great
never
Britain's?
seen these before ever.
I thought that was Britain.
They have like hard
Britain's?
outer armor and then like an inner body that like check out one in the package.
Stretch.
You can see kind of the whole pack on. I had the light blue guy.
Oh, there we go. And then let's see. So I had a stretchy green monster. Yeah, this dude. Oh, it is Stretch Armstrong. It's just a different character. I had this guy, Crusher Green Monster. All right. That was fun. Trip down memory lane.
Toys weren't, but the search was.
Well, and what I liked about that dude, unlike the Stretch, that at least my dude could stand when he wasn't being stretched. So, Stretch, you just had to fucking lay him on his back. So I don't know if this was revealed or it's obviously a back of a packaging, right? But Python Patrol Crimson Guard. Why are they making him 6'5"? Jesus. I didn't realize my Crimson Guards were taller than that.
Well, I would assume they're always bigger because they're fully armored. I mean, they have helmets and shit. So.
Oh, that makes sense that their helmet gives them a couple more inches. Yeah, that looks dope. Who's a 66 and classified? 66 classified Joe.
Should be him, the Python.
Oh, of course. Yeah, they're showing. Oh, duh. I was thinking it was a cross sell where they were showing the back of a fucking different figure. Doi. All right. Chinese exclusive Menasor. So one of the most well-received Hasbro combiners, at least. Shows a repackaging of all of the Stunicons. But it's not a repackaging. It's just fucking putting them in a different box. I'm like, really? But you get this fancy outer box. And then if you're one of the first, what was it? First 100 orders, you get this vintage Menasor enamel pin for anyone that's... And it looks like that's a pretty fucking big pin. Yeah. If that's a box that holds all of the other boxes, and this is that enamel pin box, that's pretty fucking big. Oh yeah, here's like a little X-Acto. So that's a big ass fucking pin.
So go to the pic where he's all assembled.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what kind of jean jacket do you need to have to put that kind of pin on?
Yeah, no shit.
You could use it like you could wear it like a brooch.
When I go to Easter brunch, I could wear that, right?
Yeah, right. So does this not look fucked up to you that the cars are on the back end on his legs?
Yeah, I don't like that, but that's cartoon accurate. The cars weren't on the front in the cartoon. Yeah, that's why they made it. You can do both.
Well, no,
as far as I'm aware, I haven't built them.
He doesn't have knees.
No, I think there's a way you can do both. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. Shane,
because
if you're
I'm
still
trying
watching.
to figure this out. Is
okay.
Like, I have mine. I want the cars on the front, but I want them to be able to have knees.
Oh, so you have yours?
Yeah.
Oh, see, if you've already tried it, then maybe there's not a way to do it.
There isn't. If you flip them around, his legs will bend forward instead of bending back.
But is there a way to attach them on the front? So you're not turning the legs around, because the legs are just part of the
there's no way to attach the cars
Motor
on the
Master,
front.
right? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was supposed to be both. You could have an animation or a toy, which the toy is when it's in the front.
Because you can do it with the toy in the front, but again, his legs won't bend because the knee joint goes only one way.
Yeah, I did not know that. And if you turn his waist around, would that do
it? Looks fucked up because you can see his ass.
He's all hollow in the back.
So I don't know. Like, unless I'm stupid and I can't figure this out, but I've read through the instructions, I've looked online, like.
Well, I wouldn't necessarily disregard that as a possibility, but that you're stupid and you can't figure out how to do it.
I'm too old, apparently, for customers, so.
All right, somebody chime in if they've built their Menasor. All right. Behind the seeds, Frogmonger.
So cool.
So everybody gave me shit because I ordered 3 Frogmongers, and then, oh, surprise, surprise, 2 of the hosts needed a Frogmonger.
And I would like to be known that I didn't give you any shit.
Yeah, me neither. Me neither.
I did.
I think it was just Rock. But
yeah, I really wanted one.
Yeah.
I logged in 20 minutes late and they were gone.
Yeah, they fucking went quick, Dad. So yeah, no, I'm just joking, but I didn't realize his jetpack was connected to his little neck thing. That's kind of a good idea to do.
Oh,
and
no,
then they have the little cutout of the graphic.
Oh no, I was breaking balls because it was supposed to be January's the month you buy no toys. But,
Oh yeah.
But you also did make a thing saying, "Hey, look, I have to buy this because if I don't buy it now, I'm not going to be able to get it." So that was fine. But then when you wrote, I was like, I ordered 3, and then it was like everybody else was just like, "Hey, I need one, I need one." That's the part I found funny. It was like we were breaking balls, and he wasn't supposed to buy any toys, and he was going to miss out. But then everybody right away was like, "Yep, I'll take one from you."
So I'll let you know when he comes in.
Yeah, because it was super confusing. Like before, it was like they're going to be on sale day and date, and then when they went live, because I watched the Geek Dad Life live stream of it later, it went from sold out to pre-order.
Yeah,
so, like, apparently they weren't available. Like, yet.
Well, that's how they've been doing it. When you go before they go on sale, it says sold out.
Well, I know, but it didn't say buy one; it said pre-order. So they weren't like shipping immediately like the Leech was.
Interesting.
Or
like the other one.
Who's the furry guy?
Grizzlor.
Yeah, and what's made me really fucking grumpy about this is what's interesting. Oh, I didn't notice this. Look, they're talking about Modulok torso, arms, and legs. Oh, that's kind of crazy. Is we haven't heard anything about Camo Con, so I guess because people didn't bitch enough, we're not going to get a pre-order of that. So if you missed it, you missed it. Maybe I'll have to hold on to one of my frogmongers to trade for a Camo Con.
Damn, Roger, that's a bummer, dude. Check the timeline. I was first.
Yeah. Cliff was on it. He's like, I need one.
I know.
And it's nice. Cliff didn't even ask for one. He was like, "Oh shit, I really wanted one and missed it." So, but no, I am more than happy to help people out.
Yeah, but I've been kind of enjoying the not caring, like, and then the figure I wanted, and I was like, "Fuck."
Oh, I'll tell you what, Jomo is settling in well with me. We'll talk about it and what we got.
Dude, it's the best. I'm like, I know what you're feeling.
All right. His tank, possible triple T with O-Ring Sergeant Slaughter crossover. So what we saw with Megatron and Bumblebee. I would be all about this.
I would get this in a heartbeat.
Me too.
I don't have any of the other G.I. Joe Transformers crossovers. I would get a triple T immediately.
Really? Interesting. Well,
I love the triple T. The triple T, my brother got the mail-in Sergeant Slaughter. I got the triple T. So
nice.
That was like one of my first, this is my toy. Go fuck yourself.
See, I've never really I love Sergeant Slaughter.
Me too.
I've never really liked the triple T.
Love the triple T.
I'd never owned it as a kid. I didn't own it for a long time into my adult collecting. I have one now, but
there's my mail away.
Yeah, the mail away guy. Yeah, my brother got him.
I'm still about the triple T. I like the black.
I prefer the triple T Slaughter, the black tank top camo.
Okay, so but we don't know what it would be. So, I mean, Cliff, you obviously don't know Transformers, but what would you think it would be?
Ooh, Wheeljack's a Transformer, right?
Wow, shit, Cliff. I didn't even know what to think, and you just fucking blew my mind. Yeah. Wheeljack would be a good one for that. The white.
I don't know what Wheeljack is. I've just heard the name.
He's a sports car, but it's still he's a sports car that has white and green on him at least. So.
Oh, does he? Oh, well,
Wheeljack has white and green.
Yeah, he's mainly white, little green, and red.
Oh yeah, because right. The spoilers are all green. Right?
I don't understand why wouldn't they do a vamp with Stalker and make it Hound? Why wouldn't they do that? Right?
Didn't they do Stalker? They did Stalker with the AWE. Stalker came with the Ostriker that was Bumblebee.
Yeah, that's the figure that came with Bumblebee was Stalker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, why not just make a Vamp into Hound, and you can put any figure in there. It doesn't really matter who.
Yeah, no, that's fucking. We definitely need a Hound. Yeah, I can't think of anyone that would be better than Wheeljack. Good job, Cliff. Look at that.
That's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I'm killing it. Like I should go bet on some teams that I know nothing about. I'll just choose them by the colors, and maybe I'll win a bunch of money.
So Brinkalizer has Frogmongers. Didn't really want him, was just caught up in the hype. Roger hit him up. Okay, so here's what we're going to do, Brinkalizer. You send yours to Cliff, because it'll be cheaper shipping for you to send yours to Cliff. And I already have a bunch of stuff for Roger. So I'll take care of Roger. You take care of Cliff. And then I'm going to hold one, and I'm going to do a trade for Kamo Khan experiment to see if I can hit all the groups and see if anyone will do it.
And Brink's already got my address. Spoiler alert for what we got.
All right. Oh, shit. When I did the show notes, Jedi Temple Archives site was down, so I couldn't read through the Q&A to get the interesting stuff.
I read through it.
Oh, did you? Oh, well then here. Why don't you summarize all this ridiculous
so vehicles in the Black Series. They're like, yeah, guys, listen, they don't fucking sell at all. An A-Wing would be too expensive. And they were like, yeah, but it's not much bigger than the Snowspeeder. They're like, listen, they don't sell. So so that's the summary of the vehicles in Black Series. Go back.
Okay.
Boba Fett tax. It's just a bunch of straight up lying and excuses as to why Boba Fett is suddenly more expensive than everyone else. Like they were like, listen, he's got more parts. They're like, listen, he's never been more expensive before. They're like, listen, it's more parts.
Yeah, and like I say, the examples of a $12.99 standard release and then the exclusive is $22.99 just because it has different paint. Like, geez,
it has the 3 storm shadow or the stormtrooper helmets.
Yeah. All right, high prices in general. You remember anything from that?
No, I don't remember any of that.
It's called inflation. Companies are going to increase prices when they think they can, not when they need to.
And then the Andor excuse is like we have a smaller tooling budget for vintage figures, so that's why we had to swap some parts around. Our Black Series budget is higher. That's why he's actually. Because they're talking about he has the wrong boots. Yeah. Various issues of plastic-free packaging. They say they're going to invent a package that's going to prevent that, but bullshit. Sweaty faces in Black Series. They blame the factory for forgetting a step.
What's the sweaty faces?
All their human faces are super shiny.
Like they're super glossy.
yeah, and it makes it look like they're using soft plastic.
They said they told the factory to use a matte spray, and the factory forgot. It was hilarious. It was actually everybody I recommend should read this because it's just the excuses are amazing.
Let's see. Anything else you remember takeaways?
No, that's excuses.
I have a question, Cliff. Okay, was that Q&A, was it worse than the Indiana Jones panel? Because I watched that one, and that
wasn't
one
that
was
fucking painful?
Awful. I know you guys covered on the last show, but why is a figure that's slightly bigger with a vehicle slightly bigger than a Funko Pop in a box bigger than a Marvel Legend? Why were those boxes were huge?
And the fact that they chose to make the child Indiana Jones line the same scale as those new mission fleets. I forget what they're called. What are the little junky little like?
the 2.5 inch figures.
Yeah. Why are they doing that and then not utilizing the fact that then you can make super dope play sets? And they're like, no, it's just gonna be Indiana Horse.
Like, I can't imagine the kid who's gonna be like, hey, I want that old dude that comes with the guy in the suit that comes with a plane. I want
the craziest out of scale plane I've ever seen in my entire fucking life.
Yeah, I was brutal.
I just think, and the fact that none of the cool figures are coming right off the bat. They're doing a bunch of dudes in suits. They're killing to line, to quote old message boards. They're gonna be. It's gonna fail. Every Indiana Jones line has failed. Every single one. all three.
Yeah.
It's just if you're gonna release a bunch of old dudes in suits at first,
Yeah.
it's not gonna. I'm gonna get a couple of the indies, but I'm not getting any. I don't need Tote. Like,
yeah, see, and I think that speaks volumes because you've cut back on so much stuff. I could see, well, even when they first announced it, you were like, I'm all in. And then now it's just like, no, I don't fucking need
I have the entire set of 2008 figures. Every single
Yeah.
figure they released, I have it. So I was hoping they'd go back to like a vintage collection scale, so that I can kind of add to it. But no, they're all in on this fucking 6-inch line, which I'm not going to rebuy every fucking character in 6-inch. I'll get the movie specific indies.
It's funny that you mentioned those figures. I was moving stuff around my garage so I can use the treadmill and walk on that. And I moved a tub and I found all those figures. So I went to my son. I go, hey, do you want me to sell these for you? We'll split the money. He goes, go ahead, just do it. And man, I saw all the Temple of Doom figures sold the first day.
Fuck yeah, they did.
Wow,
it's amazing how quick I saw it. I started
I
giving
haven't
him
even
money.
opened my Temple of Doom figures yet.
I started giving him money. He's like, wow. Like short round, I think I got like $60 or $65.
Yeah, man.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
That was the last wave before the Comic-Con exclusive.
Oh, that's right.
I got like
that's
$40
right.
for an
Before the
incomplete
Lost
mold.
Wave.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Third party G2 Petrol finally releasing. Jesus Christ, I've been waiting for this forever. So this is the fans project,
Fucking
believe it or
Motormaster.
not. Yeah, dude. Fucking these are the G2 Stunicons. So the reason why I got in on this line is they did a G2 breakdown on card for a TFCon exclusive. And I loved it. Just looked amazing. Looked exactly like the original G2 breakdown. So then they decided they were going to do the rest of them in G2. And they released all the cards on G2 cards. And then Petrol, I literally had to go look at my pre-orders. I pre-ordered him at the end of 2020. That's how long he's fucking been under pre-order for. And he will now finally release in March. They said what happened is fans project because they, again, I'm sure they're some other company now, but because they lost their producing, they lost the factory they were using. So once they'd gone through all the approval and plastics and colors and everything, they lost that factory and they had to start completely over. Now, they didn't mention the molds or anything, so obviously they got to keep the molds. But they had to move it to another factory. This was all during, it wouldn't have been end of 2020. It would have been the end of 2019 because they said COVID was a reason too.
Well, COVID was still pretty around at the end of 2020.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I see what they were saying. They were saying COVID was causing the delay, not that COVID hadn't hit yet. So finally now they're saying that it's going to come out in March of 2023. I have been keeping those cars in my to open pile now for fucking 3 years. So I finally will hopefully get that and be able to put together my G2 Menasor. Toyfinity Lives, actually going live in just over 2 hours now. So if people aren't familiar with Toyfinity, they had the Robomax. Was that? No. What was this guy?
Was it Toyfinity? Right? It was whatever that robot line was. Wasn't it?
Yeah. The fucking God. Now I can't even remember. I even have their fucking one right here. Max Steel. It's now owned by the Nacelle company.
Yeah.
Anyways, RoboForce. That's what it was. RoboForce. I knew RoboMax did. Max Steel was the one. Anyways, they had RoboForce. They sold that to Nacelle, but it looks like they held on to their Mangalores and their Rocks, Bugs, and things because that's where the Mortals come from. That's what he's holding them here. So showing off an egg, and then this does look like an R2. Yeah, that's just a hinge this might be Glyos, which would be really interesting use of Glyos to make Mangalores, right? Because Mangalores were they were rubber plastic, and you rip them apart and you can stick them back together, but then they never went back together.
No,
right? They just stuck and then would come apart. So that would be interesting use of Glyos.
I'm so happy I never fell for the Mangalore shtick.
I never owned one as a kid.
Yeah.
I've seen people like review them by buying them as vintage toys and shit. So yeah, I'm excited. This will be at 7:30, so I plan to be online and see what they drop. Toyfinity's, even their like mainstream Glyos releases wouldn't sell out immediately. They usually sold out the same night, but check that out if you're interested. Yeah, like this guy. KJ Smith needs some Mangalores. Do I keep calling them Mandalores? Or did I just do it that one time?
I think it's just that once. He also confirms that they are Glyos. Yeah,
they are Glyos. Okay, so that would make sense. That's smart use of that fucking building system.
I think the only Glyos I have, the Power Lords are Glyos, and I have a couple Outer Spacemen.
Brinkalizer says, so they've already hit. I didn't know if those were just like reviewer samples that I was seeing. So get on that, Brink, and let us know how they turned out. Yeah, and they got the Expanse, which is interesting. I haven't finished it. Have any of you ever watched the Expanse?
No, it's on my list.
Yeah, dude, the first few... So I started watching it, and then it turned out to be one of those shows I couldn't just watch while I worked. And so then it fell lower on my list because paying attention shows are few and far in between. You know, they get sucked up by Star Wars shows and shit. So let's see. KJ Smith, fun fact, buddy. My buddy and I met a couple years ago. My buddy I met a couple years ago makes the Glyos figure. Oh yeah, Colgrim and I have hung out with Matt Dorian, the creator of Glyos. Yeah, Matt and his wife are super nice. I met him through George. Got to have a dinner with him once, and just super nice guy. And Colgrim, is that God Beast that does Colgrim? Oh yeah, and we have this coming up too. Spoiler. Nacelle's doing Biker Mice from Mars.
Oh, the inmates are running the asylum now.
Yep.
It's our show now.
I was never into
I always hit the wrong fucking back button. Because I'm looking at our stream here, and I look at our articles here while I'm playing them up there, and I'm just like, oh, next story, hit back. Oh, wrong screen. All right, let me get this shit back up here. Window. There we go. All right. There you go. Correct back button. D&D update. So I only put this on here because I wanted to talk about this drop zone thing. So Jay Cochran was conjecturing that the Wave 2 of Dungeons & Dragons would drop on the 31st based on Entertainment Earth's drop zone page. But now we know there's going to be a Transformers fan stream that day. So that drop is most likely, the Hasbro here on the 31st, is most likely going to be for the Transformers. It says, what action figure is in this fine drop? We don't know yet, but we're certainly hoping that is pine scented. What would be pine scented for Hasbro?
I don't know. Like, the only thing is pine scented that I have any aware of is what Mossman.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But so anyways, maybe not Transformers then. So that's what this update was saying, was most likely that's not going to be a D&D drop. But I thought this was really interesting. If people weren't aware of this, This is just Entertainment Earth / drop -zone. And it's a whole calendar of drops, which, you know, gives a shit about fucking Monster High, Barbie, Tamagotchi, but you know, there's Hasbro ones scattered all throughout here, diamonds. So yeah, just kind of an interesting page to keep an eye on. All right.
Has Hasbro addressed the whole thing with all those Dungeons and Dragons figures being broken out the box and everything snapping?
No. When I opened mine, I took a fucking heat gun to all of them. I wasn't taking any. And in fact, those figures and the breakage I had with the boss fight studio ones, I am now just going to start having a heat gun whenever I open shit. And that, to me, that is sad as fuck. That I have to feel I have to do that, but I'm just tired of having to return things because they break, or trying to get, you know, a credit card charge back because the company won't replace it or whatever. So I'm just going to heat gun every fucking figure I open nowadays. So, and after I heat gunned them all, mine were just fine, but you shouldn't have to fucking do that. This is crazy. So, this is what CFCB Unlimited.
They got a cease and desist.
Yeah, they got.
And they shared the letter.
I loved it. Yeah, I'm on their mailing list, so they shared the letter. Is really cool to see a little short and concise 6-sentence email from their lawyers that just says, "Hey," in the nicest possible terms, which, you know, that's the least they can do. But they're like, "Hey, cut your shit out or we're going to fucking take action against you." And so they verified with them, can we make our own art toys for our own use in the likeness or something, it said, of them. And they said, yeah, that's fine. So now they're making Secret Crusaders, and it's just the same figures. They changed all the names. So we have Blonde Bomber. I love some of these names. The Colonel Chaos, Andean Griffiths. I don't know. Blue Raven, Magnus Thunderstomp, which I didn't even know they were doing a Bruce Sato. That was new to me.
A who?
Fucking
Magnus Thunderstomp?
Yeah, Magnus Thunderstomp. Oh, so yeah, this was
Oh my god,
awesome.
they're making Cliff too. Look at this one.
Yeah, Dr. Magnus, is that what that
Lobe
is?
tooth. Oh my god, Cliff, you don't even have to customize that one.
Well, not as an adult, I look
Doc-
like Alex Sector, but as a child, I mean, Cliff, what was his name? Cliff Dagger.
Cliff
Cliff,
Dagger.
you take that beard on him. You just change the color of that beard. You got a custom. I'm done already.
I know. I made a custom using Miles Mayhem's head and Ace Riker's body once. Back when I had hair.
So yeah, these are amazing. But yeah, I thought that was really interesting. Great way to handle it too on their side. I'll be curious to see what happens, because that is skirting that, you know, like you didn't do anything but change the logo and the name.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's not like they're not making anything that's currently for sale by Hasbro. That might be the thing. It's like they just can't use the IP.
Yeah, that's exactly right. They could, and that's what Brinkalizer's saying here. Very interesting. Might explain why third-party Transformers get away with license infringement from Hasbro. Is you just can't use the names, logos, stories, but they haven't patented the looks of them, I guess.
It's also kind of funny that if you've ever been to CFCB's website, there's a whole lot of fucking Star Wars shit on that website.
I know
that apparently went unnoticed.
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's what I didn't get either. But all right, let's see. Talk about some infringement. Yeah, some leaky. Have you gotten a takedown notice, Cliff?
Fuck no. A tiny little Instagram. I'm like, no one fucking comes to me for news.
Yeah, when
I'm a guy you went to high school with who keeps posting toys.
When I came to this, I was like, oh, they can't show the pictures anymore. I wonder how widespread that was. So the first thing I did was go to your Instagram feed, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, Cliff still has them up, so they don't have AI working for them yet, at least. But some interesting information here. So the Batwing they showed, and I didn't even get to see the Batwing. I
didn't see the Batwing. I just saw the Batmobile.
Yeah, if it holds a 12-inch figure,
a little kid was holding it like a fucking stuffed animal. It was like its whole body. It was 12-inch scale Batwing. It was huge, but not really my thing. I'll get the 4-inch scale Batwing. I don't need a fucking 12-inch scale Batwing.
Yeah, I'm in for the Batwing and the Batmobile.
Yeah, what caught Cliff's eye, my eye, and probably anybody's eye,
89
this
Batmobile.
Gorgeous thing. Yeah,
and dude, the cover slides forward.
Yeah,
like
the slide forward canopy. Yeah.
Oh my god.
I am so jacked for this.
Yeah, this is.
And I might get two because I have that '89 Batman from Mattel's DC Multiverse when they did the 4-inch scale.
Yeah,
if I have to get one for my Flash Batman, I'll have to get one for my DC Multiverse Batman too. And these are cheap. This is probably only going to be like $25 because the fucking Pattinson one was only $30.
Yeah,
Spin Masters.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is gorgeous. Definitely going on the Jomo list. All right, Lego palette for those interested. Mark Haddock, this might be interesting reading for you. So, this is a deep dive into color palettes. So if you're doing some really hardcore designing with Legos and you need to have shades and stuff like this, this is a great resource to look at all the different colors that Lego produces in their official line. So let's see, 73 colors. That's pretty amazing, consisting of 44 solid colors and 29 non-solid colors. And I don't know if the non-solid colors means that they like speckle them to make them different shades or something, but just thought it was an interesting link if we have any hardcore Lego people out there. KJ Smith says, are they still doing the 1/12 '89 Batmobile?
It's not going to be 1/12. It's going to be McFarlane, which his is closer to 1/10. But allegedly, McFarlane is producing a 7-inch
I'm waiting
scale
for the 89
Batmobile.
wave to come out.
Which again, fuck the McFarlane Flash Batman. Get that fucking 7-inch scale Batmobile. Put it with the NECA 89 Batman.
Yeah, there you go.
But I'll buy any Keaton Batman they make. I'll buy them all. I don't care.
Yeah, me too. I'm fucking all in on Keaton Batman.
All right. Best action new turtles, but they're not. Well, I guess one's a turtle. We get My Dude Slash. We get April. And then we get a toy I'm going to buy just because
it's Purge
I like
Casey
to buy
Jones.
Yeah, exactly. It's the fucking Purge Casey Jones. Like, come on. Like, if you're not buying toys just because you think they look cool, then you're collecting wrong. Now, I'm not saying go as crazy as me and buy every toy you think looks cool, but so this Slash is dope. April looks really good, except for obviously these are 3D renders. You're not seeing any articulation in this arm,
and you're not seeing the hands fall off if you look at it funny.
Yeah, right.
Like,
yeah, the best action is not the best toy line.
It's not the best action, let's be honest.
Yeah, exactly. But this Casey Jones, dude, I'm fucking digging it. I like how they've cut the articulation in the knees. Yeah. So does anybody know where this is from? Urban legend, Casey
it's a
Jones?
comic. It's a comic storyline.
Is it? Okay.
I forget who talked about it. It was either Mad Hatter or it was Geek Dad Life.
Okay. Yeah, because I didn't even know where this was from, but this is definitely right up my Purge alley. So Next up, Magic Square Bruticus Prototype. So this is Legends figures. And I think the main reason why I posted it, I mean, Bruticus is a focus. Magic Square makes great figures at the scale I like, not like the fucking Iron Factory. But I think I posted this more because I want to know what this figure is. Does anybody know what this big motherfucking figure is?
That's dope, though. Like it's a unicorn. It looks like some kind of hell beast.
Yeah, it looks like if you reimagine Moltar from Inhumanoids.
Yeah, right.
And that made me think, like, oh my god, could you imagine what a tendril would look like, or the fucking zombie monster? Oh my god, if this
Did
is
the
what
comments
Moltar,
mention the toy?
I don't think so. Not when I looked at it, at least, but. These Transformer boards are some of the worst, dude. These people fucking hate their lives or hate other people or both. Dude, they are just constantly laying into one another. Let's see. I hope they're separate. Tune torso. Blah, blah, blah.
You mean people are being shitty with each other on the internet in this day and age in 2023? No.
That's why I just leave
it. Tick and Tin is going to be shitty to Threesh? Oh, I can't imagine that. I mean, not like he's got to worry about getting smacked in the mouth in the street because they
exactly.
They had to curry him over here.
Oh god. Cool. Hopefully.
ICP. These people, they should be on an FBI watch list.
This one's actually not too bad. Everybody seems to be a little bit cordial here.
Balenciaga Rodimus Prime. What about that one?
All right. Okay. Court of the Dead. Now, what is Court of the Dead? Is this a video game? Is this a comic book?
No, this is just a toy line.
No,
I think if they're doing their own IP, I think it's something brand new.
No, this isn't their IP. They're like super high-end statues of Court of the Dead. Because when they came out their first wave, I just Googled it.
Yeah, Sideshow does, or Hot Toys did them, wasn't it?
Yeah, Court of Dead. Oh, it's books. And what's this? The Court of the Dead, World of Fantasy. That's Sideshow, though. Board Game Geek, Court of the Dead. Okay, so it's also a board game. All right. So board game, maybe novels followed after it. But, I mean, these are dope-looking figures. Let's see here. So utilizing their serpent body, good use of it. I mean, this is right up my alley. Fucking a multi-armed fucking Grim Reaper. There's some of the snake people. Jester with cool different flame balls. There's a Knights of fucking... What's the Indiana Jones guys? The Knights of Templar. Dead version.
Yeah, I think they're the Templar and the Grail Knight.
Yeah,
I think they were Templar.
These all look amazing.
Yeah, and not that I'd buy it.
You know what they look? They just, you know what it reminds me of? It's just like Skeleton Warriors, just kind of done by 4 Horsemen.
Yeah, more realistic, cool, more cool looking instead of cartoon.
Which they're cool, but yeah, it's just not my thing.
We talked about this Biker Mice from Mars from Nacelle. Anybody care about Biker Mice from Mars? That's more why I put it on here.
Never bought the toys, never watched the show.
Me neither. Never owned any of them. They kind of looked cool at toy shows, but produced by Galoob in the 90s.
I don't know. It's kind of weird. As into Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles as I was, I looked at all this shit like Barnyard Commandos, Biker Mice from Mars. I'm like, animals.
They're like, you're ripping off the turtles, man.
It wasn't even like we're ripping off the turtles. I'm like, fucking humanoid animals. How stupid. Oh, is that a turtle? Like, you know, like,
yeah.
Wasn't even like, I was all in on turtles, and all the other ones I thought were stupid. And it wasn't like, oh, they're just ripoffs. I just didn't care. Like Stone Protectors I wasn't into, even there was one called Cliff.
See, I would have bet everything I had that these were made by Remco, because Remco was the king of the knockoffs.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like they had
those
Warlords knocked off the He-Man, then then they had the AWA wrestling figures that had the Remco, those bodies. I thought for sure this is what that was.
I think it's Galoob, isn't it? Wasn't it Galoob?
Yeah, Galoob made that. Yeah, same with Bucky.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I thought this would have been Remco, because Remco did all those. They made Sergeant Rock figures that were like, they made army guys that would just use that same body on everything. So I just thought this was just like a same thing. Like they just reused those old bucks and put different heads on them.
Word nerds. Let's see. Court of the Dead is a sideshow property. Oh, that's interesting. And then they released some books and now a board game maybe. That's dope. I almost hit the wrong back button. Then Tosche Station. So Ryan Drost, I believe, of Stealth Hammer and Star Joe's fame, posted that what did he pick up? Oh, these.
Like a space wall.
Yeah, the sci-fi wall here. So these are for 6-inch line. They're good, like maybe 7 inches though, because his picture it was taller than the figures, which I always hate that. I hate a fucking backdrop that just comes up to like right at the fucking figure's head. But he said 3 of these, which again, a little pricey, $60, fills a D-tall perfectly. So they must be about 4 inches wide. So I clicked over and I saw this, and there is tons of fun stuff here. Fucking different stands. Yeah, with the explosions.
Yeah,
dude, awesome. I love that. And then we get lightning. Well, what? Oh, no, these are just stands. When I first saw this, I was like, oh, those are cool lightning effects. Okay, these are just stands, but still very cool.
If you go on Etsy and you put in 3D printed, you could find some of the coolest stuff that people made. Somebody had a Masters of the Universe figure stand that was like a castle, but the round part of the castle, and there has little slots for you to put the figures in. For the whole
like the vintage ones that didn't have holes in their feet.
Yeah, and it just
because the Origins have holes, right? I guess I haven't looked at it.
Yeah, Origins do have holes. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, no, those the vintage master stands that I've seen are just like mind blowing. I love that thought that it's just
because you can't stand a vintage Masters figure.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
You gotta lean it against the castle ever so slightly.
So yeah, they have tons of interesting shit. Just fucking top hit heavy action figure stands. Oh, I didn't even see this one. Blood stand.
That's pretty cool.
That's fucking cool. So, but yeah, Rock, I love the fucking manhole with the ooze coming out of it for the turtles.
And look at the price, $475. That's not bad at all.
That's cheap.
If they're producing them in a factory. If these are even for 3D printed, that's not bad. See, they have that 3D printed texture. That's what drives me nuts. All those little grooves and edges.
Put those in a little thing with a drop or two of acetone, and the fumes will smooth everything out.
Oh, really? Oh, interesting. I didn't know you could do that.
To be careful, because acetone, it will melt, and you just need it to be in there long enough to melt the lines off. It's got to be a quick thing. Yeah, there's ways you could watch YouTube videos on how to get the 3D texture off if you don't want to sand it.
Hell yeah. Okay, so first I need to go. My fucking headphones are dying. These things are only good for like an hour at a time now. I need to go get my charging cable. So we'll skip the Transformers, and why don't we talk about the new, and we've already talked about these, but talk about them again. These are the DPCIs for the next wave of classified. of those four, what is everybody most excited for?
Copperhead. Like Copperhead is one of the best.
Copperhead, Shipwreck. I'm jacked for the Televiper because I actually want to see how they're going to do the Televiper. Are we getting a vintage Televiper with a TV camera gun and all that scenario?
Well, I believe aren't they going to put the Televiper with the Trouble Bubble?
Yeah.
So I bet they won't even. They'll give him some. They'll probably give him like a fucking bullet weapon because everyone bitched about all the laser guns.
Yeah, fair
So
enough.
now everyone gets bullet weapons.
The Torpedo looks phenomenal. Like, I'm excited
Yeah.
for that. The Rock and Roll, again, looks phenomenal.
Why did they deviate so hard from Rock and Roll though? Everyone else is so vintage accurate. I think Rock and Roll looks badass. It's weird that he looks so different from his vintage counterpart.
Yeah, and they gave him a tattoo.
Yeah, I think he's got like all kinds of tattoos on his arms. Yeah.
Yeah, Hot Toys was the first one that introduced that tattoo on the arm when they made that figure. And that's montage to the comic book. I guess IDW did one where he was all tatted up, and then that just stuck, and that was the thing.
Well, because the Rock and Roll for Rise of Cobra was, what was his name? Barrel Roll? What was that? They made a Rock and Roll for Rise of Cobra, but it couldn't use Rock and Roll. So who the fuck was the Rock and Roll? I'll go on Yojo. I'll find out. I forget his name.
Yeah,
he was the big guy.
Well, they had Heavy Duty, but that was more of a rock.
No, he's a
Robot.
white guy.
Oh, okay.
I'll tell you who it was. It was a Toys R Us exclusive.
So in the Desert Camel, it came in like a 4 or 5 pack.
No, he was a single. He was one of the single, like the Hall of Heroes from the G.I. Joe.
Well, the Hall of Heroes were the 25th anniversary. Oh, I see what you're saying.
Like
it was rock and roll,
Firefly,
but they
Barbecue.
did. Interesting.
Hold on, I'll find it.
Torpedo was one of the first figures I ever had. So,
Mine too. He's in my 10, my first 10.
Yeah, he's in my first 5. I don't. Well, just because I like not round numbers, but
Headquarters for
rounder
Heroes
numbers
was the line. And
Oh,
his name was
interesting.
Bench Press. Bench Press was Rise of Cobra's Rock and Roll because he has the
Oh.
same name.
Is that the one where he came with a chainsaw and shit?
Yep.
Yeah, okay, I know exactly what you're talking about, yeah.
Interesting.
And he came with a whole bunch of
All right.
body armor and stuff.
Well, now you're confused.
No, he was just in a T-shirt. He had Bazooka's chest.
Right. Yeah, I know. He was a big fucking dude, though.
Yeah, he was big. Yeah, he had like. It's a fun figure. I liked him.
Oh God. Yeah, I was gonna say this is what
Right there. on
things
the
you
far-
don't type into Google.
Oh
you
no,
had
it
him.
was
You
it
had
actually
the
did
picture
come
of
up.
him. You had the picture of him. Yeah, right there.
Oh, okay. This Toys R Us exclusive.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that was supposed to be rock and roll. Or
Yeah,
or
they-
was
He's
supposed
way
to
more
be.
like Blaine from Predator than anybody else.
Yeah.
I really like the Headquarters for Heroes. They had some really cool. That Firefly they released was like my
dude, he
top
was-
Firefly
yeah.
forever
Yeah.
until
So-
Pursuit of Cobra.
Is that on the packaging? Why do you keep saying Headquarters for Heroes?
Like
What
scroll
is
down
that?
a little bit. Like the only at Toys R Us line was called Headquarters for Heroes. I don't know if it was on the. I don't know. It just I remember them being branded a specific way.
Hey, there's
Oh,
my
really?
bat that's listed for
Interesting.
$500.
Yeah, I looked at both of them. I was like, because yours had. So tell me this. So you said that the sticker fell through the crack.
And there's
Is it still in the case?
No,
or
it fell out of the bubble.
complete-
What happened was I wanted to buy that bat, that AFA graded bat. That's why I listed my bat. That's
okay.
Rare Action Figures from California. I know who that seller is. I
Uh,
bought from him and sold to him and bought from him. So my guy lost the sticky thing. The sticker fell off his chest and it actually came out the bubble. I bought it like that a long time ago. But I
okay.
saw like mine's that's the cheapest bat on eBay for $500.
Yeah.
His
Besides his.
well, nobody's buying his because he's got a big tear in the litho.
Yeah.
And
that's
it's graded.
exactly right.
But once I sell mine, I'm going to buy that one.
Yeah, I always look at all your well, I should say all of them. The ones that interest me, I'm like, oh, That's interesting. Because I always think if I want something you're selling, maybe you'll sell it to me for 10% cheaper, so you don't have to pay the eBay
I could do that, but you know what I'll be honest with you, since I've been home lately, what I've literally been doing is walking around my room and staring at everything. And if I stare at something and I have no attachment to it, I'll just look see what's on eBay, what's it worth. Like I put Grizzlor and the German Mechanic. Once I saw that they're re-releasing it in a retro, I'm like, oh, German Mechanic sells for $275 mint on card.
Wow, yeah. That's as soon as they announced the continuation of the retro line, I saw you post all your retro Indiana, which is smart. That's what I would fucking do too. You know,
gotta hit when the market's hot.
Yeah. And before the noobs haven't heard the news yet, you know, that's the funniest thing is people that buy on eBay really don't follow the news. I think they kind of do their deep dive into collecting, but they don't follow the communities, so they don't follow the news. So yeah, I mean, if you have something that they're going to reissue and you're fine with the reissue, sell your original one, because people won't catch up on that, won't catch on to that for a month.
I mean, I know we still got a lot of news to go, but I would love to talk about me selling these Sky Striker figures later, because the prices have dropped drastically in 24 hours.
Yeah, I was going to say, dude.
And then I would love to talk. Well, I'll wait till later, because otherwise they're going to get lost in the show. But yeah, about people not knowing the market, because I've seen how the price, it's like the stock market in one day.
Well, that's what I was saying. Every person I saw post, they're here, there were 4 or 5 of them. You know, like,
everybody
my God,
bought fucking multiples of that shit.
But anyway, yeah, we'll get to that.
Get that later once we got it in. But yeah, but you said about people not knowing the market, because I've some stuff sold today that I'm like, I can't believe it sold for the price I was asking, because I found a bunch of them for $10 to $20 cheaper.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah, after I listed mine. So
that's crazy. Speaking of cheaper, Ross gets some Walmart exclusives, and I guess this Studio Series isn't a Walmart exclusive, but they get the Headmasters, and what else did this guy find? Oh yeah, this guy, the Dead Seeker, Sparkless Seeker.
It's a great deal,
$16.99.
Yeah,
it wasn't, Ross always does this. It wasn't ever 48. It was 40, but still. 40 down to $17, and these guys were 50%. Yeah, these guys were 20. Oh, see, they do have the, did they say 20 or, oh yeah, so they did have the right price on the Headmasters. They were 20 and they're down to 9, dude, which is
I haven't seen the retro stuff at Walmart in a while.
Like this stuff?
Yeah.
Well, these are brand new sightings, so this should be coming your way if you frequent Ross. I only go there when I need clothes or sunglasses.
But somebody said Big Bad is selling them by the case for $99. You get one of each, both waves.
Oh, really?
Oh, wow. So, in the case was 4 of them, if I remember
right.
And
it's $99.99. You get one of each. And also, did we talk about the Big Bad toy store selling the Ghostbuster figures?
For $30?
Really cheap for the set of 4.
The four Kenner Classics for $29.
But the Ecto one, they're charging like $75.
Like their Black Series versions?
No, they're Kenner Classics.
Yeah.
The reissues.
The reissues of the Kenner Classics.
Oh, crazy.
Did we talk? Did you guys talk about that, or was I?
No, but I saw it.
I hadn't heard anything about it.
I think I got an email from them.
Yeah, maybe that's what I got. There it is.
There you go,
there.
$29.99.
Oh my God, for a set of 4. Well, there you go.
That's a steal.
I bought a couple sets of those, planning to resell them at some point.
I wanted to get a third set so I could paint them in there so they looked like movie accurate. But I lost interest.
Would be cool.
Yeah.
When they first came out, I bought a set on eBay for about $100 shipped because I hated Walmart so much. I was
I remember. That was the time I was like, "Why are you doing that?"
I'm like, it isn't worth it to me to drive around from store to store to store. And then when I finally did find them, the cards were all messed up.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, I do have 3 sets of them right now. Same thing. I think they're going to be worth something. I bought extras and put them away, and I'm like, that was a bad decision.
All right. Oh, where were we? Okay. Legacy Wave 1 is hitting Voyagers. A good friend of ours, Mr. Lotus, found these in stores as well. Leo and, oh my God, are those fucking $35 now? Jesus. Leo and Tarn. And then also Core is showing up. Which Core is their Dinobots. And one other one. What else is in the Legacy Core? Anyway. Sound Blaster, the black sound wave. And then we talked about classifieds, and then the new Black Series wave is hitting too. This is where you get the good Bill Barr figure. You get one of the interrogators.
Bill Barr was Trump's attorney general.
God damn. I'm listening to too much damn news. Fucking me up. And then
look at all those Galen Ursos.
Yeah, like fucking tons of them beyond there.
Yeah, right here. I haven't seen a Galen forever. Mine clearanced them out. But yeah, the Ayla Secura, that was the hard one. Target fucking canceled my pre-order of that. So that was that one, and I think like Pulse is sold out of them, so that's going to be the kind of hard one to find if you're interested in it. And then you get Maul and the mech legs from Clone Wars. Let's see, online new Lego helmets popped up. So these are, I really enjoyed putting the Scout Trooper together. I haven't built my Stormtrooper, so I don't know if I'll like the building the rounded part of it or not. But
I don't know, the Leia Boosh looks pretty cool.
Yeah, the Bausch is fucking amazing. That might be one I have to get, and I do love the Rex too. I didn't even see this one until right now. And then Cody. Prototypes of Transformers hit eBay. So the Unicron, this frickin' thing, by the time I had looked at it, it had already sold.
Is that the one you have already?
Yeah, this is the prototype of the HasLab one.
Right,
wow.
right.
So fucking 60, and you know, they didn't it didn't sell for 65. I really, and I get why they don't do it, but I would really love if eBay would show you what
there's
the
a
best
website
offer
you can
was.
go to, Worth Point, that tells you what the actual best
Oh,
offer
they
is.
somehow fucking get the
because I listen to a
actual
wrestling figure podcast, and they talk about too that they actually they could find out what the actual accepted offer was.
Let me put this.
I'm pretty sure it's called Worth Point.
Okay, Worth Point, but anyway, just offer price on eBay. Just knowing that it's out there, I can Google. And
I mean, to be honest with you, I've heard about wrestling figure prototypes selling for a couple $1,000s on mass-produced figures. So considering how rare this is, that it's a HasLab, that this even got out of the factory somehow, I don't think that's a bad price.
Yeah, with this far intact and shit. Yeah, it even came with the fucking extra add-on pieces. And that was actually the second one that showed up on eBay. The Victory Saber was the first one. And let's see, has this one sold? Oh, eBay listing. I'm like, where the fuck is the link? Oh, he relisted the item, so it didn't sell for $2,400, but still.
Or somebody didn't pay. Somebody bought it.
Yeah, that could be.
Because let me tell you, I've had the most miserable fucking experience on eBay in the last week or two with people buying shit. They send you an offer, and I'm like, okay, I'm selling it for $400. You offer me $380. You accept it, and then 5 minutes later, you get a thing. Buyer wants to cancel. It's like, whoa, what happened in that 5 minutes?
Yeah,
I've had numerous things. I'm just like, I tell the guy, I'm like, why do you waste my time? I had 15 other people watching this, and now those people are all going to go look for something else because they're going to get notifications saying it's gone.
Yeah,
and then they don't even write you back. Right. It is a scourge of eBay, right? And then I realize you look at people's feedback and you see Buyer didn't
Zero.
pay. Buyer didn't pay.
Yeah.
Didn't pay. Wasted. I'm like, I tell you, eBay's become a shithole lately.
Yeah, and the shitty thing is it's still the biggest market, right? Unless you go to Amazon or go to Walmart or Target, and all of them, they want to charge you 30% of your fucking shit.
Well, I had a but while we were on the show, I keep getting me jokers have messaged me on OfferUp. Would I take $100 for a Sky Striker? Yeah, no, asshole. I won't take $100 for one. No.
Yeah,
like,
that's why I love eBay's like set what you even see as an offer, and it's crazy. You go look at your item, and like 80 offers have been refused because it wasn't fucking less than 50% of what you were or because it was less than 50% of what you're asking.
They're fucking cheap for the whole thing.
Yeah, you can get it for like $400. I've seen Sky Strikers complete with all the figures selling for $400 with free shipping. Why bother putting them on eBay for that price?
Yeah, you're making $50 at that point.
If you're lucky.
Yeah.
Because you know it's going to cost to ship that thing, and then you got to pay. Yeah, I'm shocked at how reasonable they are right now.
$63 to ship, and I can pick one up for $571.
Do it.
Well, $571 Canadian. That's not bad.
Yeah. And that's
what is
all
571?
everything.
What would 571 US be if you converted that?
Yeah, well, it's a US is $429, so converting that to a Canadian, that's $571.
So still $429 for one shipped is not bad.
I shit the bed on that one.
Rising Force Stunticons, Brinkalizer, and I don't know, KJ Smith, I know you're a Legions guy. I don't know if you're a Transformers guy too, but anybody that's in the third party realm, can you tell me about this company? It looks like this might be the first one they did, but it's RFLO2, because this is a masterpiece scale figure for $42. And I mean, the alt mode definitely shows that it's a $42 masterpiece figure, but it's not awful.
The Ferrari, Miami Vice kind of Ferrari.
I just and the bot mode looks good in my opinion. Again, not great. We're not talking about fucking fans toys here or anything.
You guys want to hear a funny story? Speaking of Ferraris, real quick, I promise. I was watching Beverly Hills.
We're
Cop
actually
2
doing good. We've run through the news really quickly. So
I was watching Beverly Hills Cop 2. Well, I watched 1 and 2. And there's a scene in Beverly Hills Cop 2 where his captain, the
scene
captain,
you're talking about.
He goes, "You be careful with that Ferrari, Axel. That's a $50,000 car."
Oh, I thought it was like an $80,000, $86,000 car.
No, he goes, it's a $50,000 car, and then Axel goes, "Actually, it was $67,000." But I'm like, even that.
I was watching Who's the Boss, and it was one of the earlier ones. So it was earlier in the run, earlier 80s, and they were talking about Angela's $30,000 Jaguar, like, oh my god, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, is that really what they cost in the 80s? Was $30,000?
That's nothing. Like, I wouldn't even bat an eye. Like,
but Cliff, me and my wife watched those Beverly Hills Cop movies so many times at night when you couldn't find nothing on. I actually started like Googling it. After those movies came out, they literally tripled the price of those cars to make them start at like $250,000. They bumped the price up like $75,000, $80,000. Then they just tripled them to make them $250,000, just so it's like a level of exclusivity that buys those cars.
Oh, that's hilarious. Because in the first one, it's even funnier. He goes to the like Beverly Wilshire Hotel, and they're like, "We'll give you a suite, but we have to charge you the room rate." And he's like, "What's the room rate?" They're like, $250 a night. And he like has an aneurysm. Like, and I'm like, fuck it, I don't even bat an eye. $250 a night. That wouldn't even like move the needle.
And in Beverly Hills Cop 2, there's a scene. It's one of my favorite things out of context is Gilbert Gottfried is an attorney. They need to get access to a computer.
Oh yeah.
And he goes, "That's my wife's Mercedes." And he just picks up the phone and just goes, "Bitch!" And he hangs up the phone because there's no way it's his wife on the phone. But he just picks it up and he's like, "Unpaid parking tickets. What do you mean?" He's like, "My wife, that's my wife's Benz." He's like, 10 unpaid parking tickets. And he just goes, "Bitch." And you just put in Gilbert Gottfried bitch on YouTube. I just crack up every time. But yeah, there's a couple little good parts in those movies.
I love those movies. I just rewatched. The first two. I don't.
And now they're making a new one.
Third.
Yeah, they're making a new
Fingers crossed. Hopefully it's good. By the way, Taggart in Beverly Hills Cop, 36 years old. Really fucking makes you confront feelings of aging when you see that Taggart is 36 years old.
But you know what? That's like I've been watching All in the Family, and Carol O'Connor's 47 years old in that show. And I'm like, I'm 47.
Yeah,
He looks like he's 60 years old.
So if you're 47, you are the same age as Bogomel. The guy who played Bogomel, who's also in RoboCop, was 46 when they shot Beverly Hills Cop. So you're
here's
older
another
than
mind-blowing thing. I was watching Saturday night's main event the other night. It was Hulk Hogan versus Hercules. And you look at Hulk Hogan's hairline. I mean, it is like all the way back there, but the hair is long. And he was 37. I'm like, holy shit, he was 37 back then.
Let's see. Brinkalizer says, he said, Rising Force is a legend scale. Don't buy them unless you're a big fan. He says, oh crap, they're MP scale. Oh yeah, still don't buy them. But I don't know, because here it's saying the robot is 9.1 inches, but the car is only 4 inches. Well, it says tall.
It's a grower, not a shower. What are you going to do?
Oh, okay. I was thinking length. I'm like, how do you have a 9-inch robot with the fucking 4-inch car?
What's the girth on it?
Yeah.
All right. Jomo Snake Mountain. So we talked about this. What was it on Creations? Was it 350 or was it 320? I thought it was 350 on fucking. I thought it was 350 on Mattel Creations, and then when it came on Amazon, it was 320. So you already saved $30, but now it's 240.
Fuck
this
off,
is gonna be, yeah, dude.
Wow.
Yeah, because it's 3,800 pieces, and that's what I was saying about the Mattel Creations, was they were getting on par with Lego on the price per piece thing.
Right.
Oh my god, I want this so.
It looks so good.
Dude,
the lava wall, man. The lava wall alone looks fucking phenomenal.
The Mega Constructs are like the one thing I have everything displayed I've bought besides the Battle Bones. Shit. I didn't make the Battle Bones.
Hey, Jason, I got an idea. Why don't you make this deal with yourself? Why don't you actually buy this because it's a good deal, but then actually sell something to make up, like something that you have doubles and triples of? Why don't you just sell a couple of those and be like, all right, I got it for a great price. I sold some stuff I had doubles and triples of. That paid for it, so kind of a wash.
But the problem with that is I need to pay bills with anything I sell. Like if I was caught up on bills, or I'll tell you what, my whole life is going to change if our investment money comes in. And that's literally, we are about a week away from them either saying yes or them walking away from us, because we've done all of our due diligence and all of that. So if that happens, I start working
my fingers across
10 to 12 hours a day,
really
really trying to make it work. And then things change. But the problem is I still need to get rid of shit. So I don't know if we get picked up and I have to start working that hard, then maybe we're talking like Brian's Toys or something, like just selling a huge bulk part of my collection. I don't know what I'm going to do at that point. But let's see. Brinkalizer says, I bought a Snake Mountain at $253, but haven't opened it. I have 2 more weeks before my return window.
It's $13, Brink. It's cool.
Yeah, I was going to say that's a little, but hey, I've done it for less.
Yeah, I mean, Slick does that. So like,
let me tell you, I don't buy anything off Amazon. My wife does. Let me tell you, I'm blown away by this whole Amazon returns thing. So to get our permits for the pool, we had to have an inspection come. The county came and they're like, "Oh no, your windows need to have all these little it's like a double lock for your window." And they said, all my sliding glass door to my kitchen and my basement door needs a pool alarm. It's this annoying bypass where it's like a box you got to put on your door with like a magnet. The door opens. Anyway, these boxes were like $60-something each. We bought them. The town came. They inspected it. We passed the inspection. My wife's like, we can bring them right back to Amazon now. I go, how do you do that? We put them in the box. We went to Kohl's. No questions asked. They don't even care. You just give it to them, and then they gave us money for returning it. They go, here's Kohl's cash. Here's an extra $5 if you buy anything today, just for returning your stuff. Here's extra money. I talked to the kid. I go, how can you guys accept everything blindly? He goes, we just do. Yeah. He goes, and we just put it on a pallet and sell it as is. Yeah. I'm like, this is insane to me. I guess they just must write off all the returns.
I mean, that's the whole thing. You see cons about Amazon pallets, like, oh, buy an Amazon pallet for $40. Most of them are cons, but those cons stemmed from real things, from Amazon warehouses selling directly to people, not mail order. Obviously that would fucking kill any kind of fucking margins. But yeah, just fucking huge boxes of just crap, because that's one of like Amazon's like dirty little secrets is you can find things in warehouse sometimes, and you get that cool sticker that says, oh, you saved this product from a landfill by giving it a second chance. But 90% of Amazon's returns go into these fucking closeout boxes that people buy that's supposedly full of broken stuff, but most likely is full of stuff working that people just found at a better price.
Well, yeah, because there's a place by me. They sell pallets of Amazon stuff for $600 each. I mean, it's packed like way high. Mm-hmm. And the same place also does Home Depot and Lowe's. And they have pallets of power tools, because how many people go in there, buy a tool, they need it for one job at their house, they bring it back and go, hey, this doesn't work, and the guy making minimum wage just goes, okay, whatever, and sticks it back in there as defective. And the guy's, like I said, he's got a warehouse in by me in the industrial area that all they sell is Lowe's, Home Depot power tool returns, and Amazon stuff. I was just blown away by it, because I just couldn't believe how much shit my wife returned that they had no problems with. They're just like, yeah, whatever.
The cool thing about this Snake Mountain, I didn't even realize this, it fucking has the Dragon Blaster. Like, I love Web Store, and I love that they incorporated the 4 Horsemen snake arms on them.
Yep.
But yeah, the Dragon Blaster Skeletor. Ooh,
Thunder Punch He-Man, man.
Thunder Punch and Ram Man.
And they got the table, too, with the big red ball in the middle of it.
Brinkalizer is rationalizing his decision, saying it could drop more! !
It could.
No, that's definitely true. So yeah, but I'm holding strong. I've been doing good. We'll talk about some Jomo here in a second, what we got. Come on, let's keep going back. Oh yeah, we're at what we got. All right. Rock seems like he wants to do a little bit of a deep dive. I'm going to do a little bit of a deep dive. So Cliff or Badass, who thinks they'll be pretty quick?
I'm quick too.
Okay. Let me get you on the hot seat.
So I actually got shit that we talk about.
Yeah, I was gonna say, fuck it. Oh my god, if it's more Ken or Batman, I'm gonna shoot myself.
Hey, watch your mouth, fuck Ken or Batman.
Yeah, bad. Fucking talking that shit.
No, I picked up this guy on Amazon because he was there for retail price, and I fucking love the design.
So, okay, that's what I love the design too. It's definitely going on the list. The bat wings. Is that an actual bat that will sit on his arm like
no?
The vintage?
It is a bat that attaches to his back. But this is Imp.
That's all it can do. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
It's Imp. He just plugs into his back.
And you haven't? No, you said you did watch the whole series, right?
I watched the first season. I haven't watched the second two.
I was curious if
I just love this character design.
Imp.
I just think he looks badass as fuck.
He is. I'm fucking excited. Like, I've bought the He-Man, the Skeletor, and the Manny Faces, the Trap Jaw, and then that'll be my 5th one.
I have He-Man, Skeletor, and Adam. That's it. And then, when I canceled all my G.I. Joe classified pre-orders, I did say if I ever saw one I liked, I'd purchase it.
Yep.
And Meyer had the Crimson Guard.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah, dude.
And I only bought one. They had 3, but I only bought one. I only want one. I really like this guy, so I'm glad I bought him.
Yeah. No, he is dope. The knife is a little big in my opinion, but
the knife that goes in his sheath.
Yeah, that's a little big, but I love that he comes with his sword if you want to display him with his sword.
And the sword can go on his hip or on his backpack. It's cool.
Oh, I didn't know it could go on the backpack.
It's got a hole in the backpack for it.
Oh, nice.
I also, because I needed to get Walmart's shipping is crazy. If you spend any less than $35, you get dinged for having an order less than $35. So I had her in my cart forever.
Oh yeah, Baroness.
Because now I can turn both of my motorcycle Baronesses into just using the motorcycle helmets. I could turn her into Motor Vipers, and then now I have this Baroness as my standalone Baroness.
Yeah.
So she's cool.
I bought an extra of her just to be my actual Baroness instead of the motorcycle.
And the reason I had to buy her was because I found Nightwing.
They have Nightwing already? They posted the Wave 3. I did see that.
Yeah, Nightwing, Wonder Woman, and Deadshot. Right?
Deathstroke.
Deadshot. I get them confused.
Yeah.
So I found all three of them, they're all on their way from different parts of the country. So this one actually came during the show. I don't know if you guys noticed, I ducked out earlier because he arrived.
I saw all the first wave today on clearance was $7. They had tons of Dark Side Batman.
Dude, I know. It's fucking... I packed up my Batman, calling the office. He got packed away. He didn't make the cut, unfortunately.
And then Brinkalizer reached out to me earlier this week and said he has something he wants to send me. It doesn't fit with his collection anymore, and it would fit perfectly in mine. And he let me pay for shipping because this is fucking outrageous what he sent me.
I was gonna say, did you clear this with?
Awesome.
Yeah.
You froze right when you showed. Oh, nice. Oh shit.
Fuck, dude, that's awesome.
I never saw that before. That's
I want to buy that.
Because you were talking about that they never made the. Or no, was it?
No, because Batman? I've been buying Kenner Batmans, and he's like, "Hey, this doesn't fit in my collection anymore."
That's amazing.
I've been watching one on eBay right now.
Oh,
so it's got a Toys R Us. It's got a Toys R Us sticker, $11.99,
just like you like.
Yeah. I told him it's beautiful. It's gonna. I almost don't want to open it.
It's mint as can be.
No.
Yeah, it's got to be a backdrop to your opened figures. Like that's
perfect. I don't like packing away 2-packs. They're big, they're gangly, and unless you have another 2-pack, it's hard to pack it.
That's true.
Plus, I want this Joker in my fucking collection. Dude. Like, look at this candy colored Joker.
Yeah, I was gonna say I have never seen that ever in my life.
Me neither.
So I haven't opened it yet. I'm probably going to, but I'll keep the card for sure because it's got a fucking price tag.
Yeah.
But Brink just sent this to me out of the goodness of his heart because I've been buying Kenner Batmans like crazy.
And did you clear with Brink that you were allowed to say that? I
told him I would drop. I told him I would name drop him on the show. He didn't argue. Now you got me paranoid that I fucked him over. Brink, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine. Brinkalizer does so much stuff for so many people. I'm sure it's not a rare occasion, but the times I have received nice things, really nice things from people, they've asked me not to say anything on the show about it. So.
Oh yeah,
but
the best.
So yeah, Brink, where's my gift? I like Kenner Batman too.
Let me finish my sentence. The package had a bunch of Realm of Collector stickers.
Nice.
But what he also threw in that package that came to me fresh from a cold winter's journey was 3 mini Reese's peanut butter cups that were ice cold. Ice cold. I ate them immediately. Because I love my Reese's peanut butter cups in a freezer, and the fact that they came from a cold winter's journey.
That is a really smart thing to add into a pack, because I always add value adds like I have these G.I. Joe paper plane Valentines that I got on clearance. That it's 20 G.I. Joe paper planes that I got for like 24 cents from Walmart or something. So whenever I sell something, I always try to put a value add like that. candy is a very good value add. I never thought about that. Hey,
I actually do that.
You're opening your eBay package and you got some Starburst in there or something. You know?
I actually do that on all my international orders. I stick candy in there from my house.
Oh, that's good.
And I actually have a big bag
awesome.
of my family bought me this vintage candy mix. It was like root beer barrels and we talked about there's like some kind of honey
the cinnamon
peanut
snaps.
There's all so
like
it's in my room. So as I pack the box, I just throw a couple in the box.
That's awesome. I like that.
Yeah, I do that too. It is pretty cool though.
Especially in the winter, you know. My Sky Striker when it got delivered, man, that was ice cold. We're having it like the entire country, right? I think it's 2 degrees out.
Oh,
right
dude,
now.
it's fucking nailed right now.
We've had the warmest winter over here. It's been in it was 52 the other day.
Oh, see, we had a 52 day, but that's kind of that.
We've had
I shouldn't say that's normal, but
a lot of rain, no snow, a lot of rain.
We have had so much snow, and it won't melt because we won't get above freezing for the last week or so. But
yeah, my car currently looks like the Demolition Man when Spartan crashed his car. It's coated in a fucking white sheet.
I just did the play you off music. I switched.
I also got the Sky Striker, but it's in a brown box, so I'm not going to show it.
God damn it! Rock, do you have your Sky Striker handy?
No, mine are all packed up.
Oh my god! I
took out what I needed from them.
I was killing time, and I was like, I really want to open my Sky Striker, but I was like, no, I'm going to show mine in the box because everybody else would have opened them.
I just have some.
We'll
of the
be showing it
here.
opened. Damn it! Oh, well.
Opened it, photographed the content, sealed it right the fuck back up.
All right, badass.
Go to storage. Just go to Site B.
So I got Breakdown.
Nice. Now, I was asking Shane about this, and I haven't been back on Facebook since I commented, but that's not the last one, right? We're still waiting for Dead End, right?
I got Dead End.
Oh, okay. I'm still waiting for Dead End, I guess.
That's the last one. I got.
I love how it just takes your thunder, Roger, right out from under you.
I know. What the fuck? I got the stupid Baroness fucking Snake Eyes movie.
Please tell me you got it for less than $10.
Oh, no? Canadian, yeah, I got it for less than $10.
Oh, okay.
It was cheap enough that it was like $15 more.
Oh, because you're doing the number thing.
Yeah,
right?
the numbers fucking killing me. Anyways, yeah, so I got that fucking plot. And I got me a Funko Serpentor.
Oh, that's cool.
Nice. He was one of them that I was like, you know, my daughter has been getting me into Funko. I now own like maybe 11 Funkos, and
it says that's
I'm loosening.
Yeah. Summer
con exclusive, right? Yeah, summer.
Only 106 more to get, Roger.
I know, right? I still need to get the bats one because I love the one that you have, Jason. The Funko bats. Yeah, I got to get that.
Yeah, he made the call when I was packing up and clearing out the office. The bat made it. Same as the Slime Pit He-Man.
That's it for me. That's all I got.
Nice.
All right, we got a couple
short.
deep dives coming.
I got a new transmission for $5,000. So,
hey, I got my catalytic converter stolen.
Yay!
I get a new catalytic converter that will hopefully be like rebarred, fucking welded into my truck.
That's what I was going to ask you: is if you got the protector put on it? Because
the older
vehicle, the more of the precious metals are in it.
The fucking literally happened on Friday. Came out to go run errands. My neighbor had his truck running, like fucking warming up. And fucking I started up my truck and I was like, oh, did my neighbor get into his truck and gun it or something? Nope. Fucking dude, it literally sounds like fucking 10 Harleys when I accelerate.
Did your cameras pick anything up with them doing it?
No.
Because I know it's quick. You just go into the car with a Sawzall. It's like 2 cuts and it's done.
Dude, literally 2 days before on Nextdoor, because I always fucking, I always pay attention to next door, read the top articles. Somebody, not in my neighborhood, but within a mile of me, fucking posted that their fucking Tundra that's just a couple years older than mine got hit. So they must be in my area looking at Tundras. My camera didn't pick up shit. But I don't have my sensitivity on that sensitive because we're not on a major street, but we're on a street busy enough that if I put on to pick up shit on the street, I would get 28 notifications or 35 notifications.
My thing goes off
day.
Constantly, motion driveway, and I have all my cameras set up so I have repetitive, like my front camera, both sides also pick it up. So sometimes I get multiple notifications from one car, but I don't care because that's the way I am. I want 360 every,
And what's crazy is it was snowing that night. There's snow on the road. It was warm that day, so there was melting snow all over the road. I mean, these guys just don't give a fuck. It used to be like, oh, it's a cold night. I don't worry if my car's locked because no one's going to be out in 5-degree weather breaking into cars. But that night, it was probably 15 degrees, snowing, wet and icy from the days melting, and somebody still slid it. I mean, I've got a lot of clearance. I don't have aftermarket anything, but Tundras in general have a lot of clearance. Yeah, exactly. So
you don't even fucking need those things. That's the sad part about it. If you just
that's the first thing I Googled. Like, is it okay to drive with it?
Absolutely,
it's like,
man.
Yeah, you just won't pass emissions. If you need to register. But oh my god, dude! If you were to hear it, it is like,
dude, it sounds like a muscle car,
dude. Times 10. I mean, it is fucking ridiculous. But
and your power must be just going off the chart right now. Like you can fucking do pilots and shit.
It actually feels like my performance is less, but that may just, it's like when you get an oil change and it feels like your car's running better. That's all just in your fucking head. So I think it might be in my head that my performance is worse just because it's fucking loud. But
no, if anything, you're getting better fuel economy and your truck's going faster.
Crazy. Yeah, hopefully my insurance, I do have comprehensive, so everything I read on my insurance company website will be covered. So
that's covered under theft?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's totally covered. Yeah.
Dude, we had those claims all the time when I was in auto.
Exterior, are you Allstate, Cliff? And if you can't answer, or if you don't want to, that's fine. But
I'd rather not say what company I work for.
That's fine. I'm Allstate, and so Allstate, their theft is nothing is ever covered inside. That's always your homeowners or your renters that covers inside. Aftermarket is not covered outside, but OEM outside is covered. So if my father-in-law is always like, lock your tailgate or somebody's going to steal your tailgate, and the catalytic converter is considered OEM. So I'm hoping. I haven't talked to him yet. It
should be. It's part of your view.
Did you make a police report about it or
not yet? It happened Friday. And we've just kind of been nonstop, and I'll deal with it on Monday. It's a business hour thing, in my opinion. So, okay. All right, Rock, hit it, bro.
So I bought something that's going to be surprising, but you know how I like my KO G1 looking Transformers. So I found this guy.
Nice!
Ooh, nice.
So
a KO.
Yeah, it's a KO. Apparently, they must have the mold for this now. If you want, I could try to pull it out.
They had KOs for the longest time back in the day, and then they just disappeared.
Oh, okay.
So they must have refound the molds or something.
Because all of a sudden, I got a little skeptical from the buyer who I bought it from because he had it kept saying 4 sold, 8 sold. And then a week went by and he didn't ship it. And I'm like, hey, man, what's going on? I figured this is a scam. And then he's like, I sold so many of them waiting to ship them out on a certain day. He sold 125 in a week.
Jesus.
And then when I got it,
What did you pay if you're
$129 shipped?
That's fucking
cheap,
really good.
Yeah, because a authentic one in beater condition is like $500 in the box.
Well, and did they do? I thought they did an official reissue. Did they do an official? If anybody in the chat knows, let me know.
I think they did an actual official.
But
I'm just gonna pull it out real quick and show you. I didn't take it out of the bag and everything, but
oh, nice.
Oh God, I love Metroplex and Six Gun.
You know what happened was being home now. I know you guys have probably talked about this guy, but I just discovered his YouTube channel. That Michael Mercy.
Oh yeah, I love watching his histories.
Oh my God, this guy has like every single toy line, every figure from like everything in the 80s.
He's super creepy, but he does really awesome videos.
I've just been binge watching. I was binge watching his videos, and somehow I don't know. I just ended up buying Metroplex. But obviously, so I got my Sky Strikers in. So I'm just gonna tell you this: I went about it a different way selling it than a lot of other people was. I figured I'm gonna take this thing apart like I'm chopping a car.
Yeah.
I even took the sticker labels out. I have the Cobra. I'm including the regular labels with the Sky Striker, but I pulled out the Cobra ones because I saw people charging $50, $60 for them. So I figured, how many people are buying the Sky Striker just for the Cobra stickers? But I sold all the support vehicles. One guy paid $50 for two of them, and one guy paid $40. So between that, I've sold 10 figures already.
And Cliff, you were and Rock, you would know this too. Cliff, like I think, said tiny support vehicles, right?
Yeah, they almost feel like 3D printed. They almost don't even feel like.
Oh, okay.
Not even like the pack rats. They're pretty flimsy. Okay. But like, I have not sold one Ace. I sold. Let me see.
And Ace is like the one. Like I was like, oh, that card looks. Ace and Scarlet are the two that, because I hate the fucking flaring on the. Cobra
Ace. I did not sell one Ace. The other new G.I. Joe, the co-pilot, I sold both those instantly. I almost priced them too cheap. I think I sold them for $45 each. They both sold within like an
yours
hour.
Were your auctions were super reasonable from what I've seen.
I sold I sold a Ripcord for $61.50. I sold one Cobra Soldier for $45, which I'm shocked because I've seen people charging $35 for them.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, who the fuck needs the Cobra Soldier?
So I sold one Cobra Commander for $84. I sold what's his name? His name's Failsafe. $48 free shipping. $48 free shipping. Then one guy bought a Scarlet, a Ripcord for $129, and he also bought the Ramp Rat for $44. So I've already sold more than half my figures that I have allotted. I sold both of the all four of the support vehicles. My pizza guy messaged me during the show. He bought a Sky Striker off me. So I sold 200 cash. And it's just a Sky Striker. It's just a Sky Striker with the stand, the missiles, the blast effects. So I've already made my money back on the three for what I paid for everything.
And you still
I still have another Sky Striker. I still have 8 figures, and I have one I never even opened.
Yeah.
So
that's good. Good on you. And
I need to because I got fucked by unemployment. I've been out of work for a month now. I've received one check, and there was I'm 3 weeks behind, and I can't get through to anybody at New York State unemployment. Let me tell you, this state is run by the absolute biggest assholes. I've never seen everything's automated. You can't get through to anybody.
Yeah,
the amount of money I've paid into
that's how ours is too.
It's the amount of money I've paid into it. I mean, that's why Schmangelo doesn't do his taxes properly because fuck them. Fuck this state and fuck all these taxes I pay. $13,000 homeowner insurance. Homeowner taxes. Fuck you, New York State. That's why my state leads the country in people moving out of it. It lost the most amount of population of any state this year.
Oh, wow,
it's because of the high taxes.
Well, I bet Illinois is right behind it. We're just fucking hemorrhaging people.
Yeah, but that being what it is, but I just know about the Sky Striker. The prices have been plummeting on the figures. Cobra Commander is now down to like $65 free shipping.
That's crazy.
And the Cobra Soldier, I've seen like $35 in free shipping. So the thing is, I can't lower prices on any of my figures right now because I sent people offers. So unless they say no, it's 48 hours till I can change the prices, and the market's changed already. The
That's
market's
crazy.
completely gone down. I mean, I think said like what Roger said. I can't believe people are charging $3.99 and free shipping for the whole box
For the
seal.
whole, yeah. And they just probably don't want to dick with it. I saw a guy on our local group said, this was the fucking funniest thing. He's like, due to a miscommunication between my wife and I thought I was going to have a sealed Sky Striker to sell to somebody. And he's like, unfortunately, my wife interpreted me saying take pictures of the Sky Striker to mean to open the box and take everything out of it and take pictures of everything individually. He's like, so now I have a opened everything for sale.
Yes,
He's
see,
like, I literally just wanted to. He's like, I bought 2. I literally just wanted to slap a mailing label on the second one and send it out to somebody.
Yeah, see, I didn't even realize that the wings didn't come together on it. Like, I never opened the Sky Striker itself. I opened up the other thing to see what the stuff looked like. But I saw somebody on eBay that said they live in Florida. They would trade it straight up for a Razor Crest.
Oh, wow.
And I'm thinking to myself, that's a hell of a deal for whoever got that then.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I would trade a Sky Striker for a Razor Crest. I mean, what's the Razor Crest going for?
Last time I saw was like $600 to $800.
Yeah, I guess if you piece everything out, you're at that point. But I even saw talk about prices dropping on the toy market. I saw somebody on Facebook selling a sealed barge for $1,800, and all it had was laugh emojis. Which I'm thinking, like, are you guys stupid? That thing's been well over $2,000 for the longest time. $1,800 is a great price.
Yeah, the barge that's on the fucking FOMO list.
And that was shipped $1,800.
Yeah.
But yeah, so right now that's what I got left. I got 1 Cobra Commander, 2 Aces, 1 whatever they got, the Ramp Rat.
So what do you think of I've heard reports the cards are like 100 times better than the fucking thicker. Yeah. And people are saying they like the all-American cards without the multi-language.
But the Scarlet, they messed up. Her crossbow has no handle.
What?
Let me see if I can show this. There's too much of a glare. Her crossbow has no handle.
What? It's just
supposed to have a handle. I thought she holds it like by the stock.
No, the original had a handle.
Yeah, it literally has no handle.
Oh, it like clips on her arm.
No. She holds it like you're holding like a frying pan. Like you're just holding it.
Like a medieval crossbow.
It literally has no handle.
Oh,
I'm trying to show it, but
I could have swore the original did have a handle.
The original fit in her hand, like she held it like a gun, like a pistol. Exactly. This one doesn't have one. I mean, the card backs are nice and thick. I had nothing damaged. They put paper between every figure.
Yeah, they did. They're really packed real nice.
You know, the Ripcord, I think, is a beautiful figure.
Yeah.
Dude,
anybody that has a knife force. Yeah. Well, dude, the fucking, like I said, can I get anybody agreeing with me that the fucking Bob on the artwork just ruins it? It looks awful.
Some of the artwork isn't the best.
Dude, on the Cobra, the flaring out of the helmets on all the Cobras, including Cobra Commander.
It's not
dude. That is just the worst thing ever.
But I gotta be honest with you, I didn't even notice it until you pointed it out, and no, it doesn't bother me. But that's just me.
Oh,
my God. But I admit, I mean, for what that price was, this was a hell of a package for $249.
Yeah,
I think we're gonna look back.
No, $229. I looked at my purchase price.
$229 plus tax. Yeah, I mean, it's a hell of a deal.
I see what you're saying. Yeah,
it's a hell of a deal but I think down the road, like I said, I have one completely sealed. I put it in my closet. You'll see what happens with it if I ever open it or not. But I don't really have. I would like to display the Sky Striker on my top of my detals, but I have all my other vintage box stuff on top of there, so I don't have room. Especially now that they say the Metroplex, I'm kind of.
You need to. Are you thinking about displaying it in package? Is that what you're talking about? Oh, okay.
Because I have like Castle Grayskull with the Ecto 1 on top of it. I have an X-wing with, I think, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle van. I have all boxed stuff on top of the decal. I have 9-foot ceilings in this house, so how we're told the decal is from there to the ceiling is a wall of box vehicles. Yeah, it looks awesome. It's just like a wall of toys. So it's 4 decals and then all different box vehicles on top of each other. Oh, then I have the three retro, like the Hiss, the Ostriker, and the Stinger. And also, I don't have my vintage box stuff on top of the decal because at least if that stuff falls, it's a retro carded vehicle or box thing. This way, you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't want to put Serpento's air chariot that's worth like $600 to $800 mint and package falling from 8 feet high.
Yeah.
So I don't mind that stuff being stacked up that high.
Serpento went to $800.
Yeah,
no, the vintage
one.
Vintage
No, the vintage.
Oh, sorry.
I'm saying I don't. That's what I'm saying. I don't stack I don't put my vintage stuff on top of the decal. I have all my like the vintage collection or the retro gray skull and stuff like that up there.
Yeah,
but that's what I got.
Nice. All right. Well, besides moving me into the hot seat, I guess I probably need to turn up my lighting here. Put my selfie light on. Well, so I thought I was being super smart because I thought Cliff would have his opened and ready to show. I thought, and you did, Rock. You had some of yours there, but I was like, what I'm going to do is not open mine and show people the package if you didn't know how big, because all the pictures I saw were all like relative. It's people shooting it on their ground and stuff, and you can't really tell. But here we go. I am a oh shit. I am a 6-foot man.
That's
and
fucking
this is
massive.
how fucking big this thing was. My FedEx, so it came via FedEx. My FedEx delivery person was like, because you had to sign for them, which was good. Good on Hasbro for doing that, paying the extra $6 or whatever. So I saw her coming up, and I'm like, oh yeah, here comes my first one, because I thought I ordered 3. I must have been vicariously living through Rock. But now I more clearly remember, like, no, this is going to be the first thing. I only buy one for me, which it sounds like it's good considering the price is crashing now.
But I still got over $700 out of one.
No, I know. Yeah. And that would have been the thing too, is I would have sat on it. So my value would have dropped tremendously. I wouldn't have been as good as you, Rock, and had it up right away. But, the FedEx delivery person said, I have been delivering a ton of these. What is this? And so I explained to her. She was in her probably like early 30s, so she knew what G.I. Joe was, but I tried to explain to her how nerd men are nowadays, and she was just kind of like, after more than 30 seconds of explanation, she's like, oh, okay, all right, have a great day.
You're a creep.
So you really only did buy one?
What?
How do you think they would have sold had they done the campaign like the weekend Top Gun Maverick opened?
Oh my god!
Oh, dude!
Oh my god!
But Jason, you really only did buy one after all that?
Yeah. I checked. I right after I got on Hasbro Pulse, and I was like, "Fuck!" What's funny is I backed this and the Wampa on the same order, and so I thought that was, or not the Wampa, sorry, Rancor. Yeah.
I was like, what? I was like, what Wampa?
There's already a Black Series Wampa. All right. So, yeah. So I'll be opening that tonight. I'm not sure. I got to see if Miss McFavorite wants to watch, because we can't get little Miss McFavorite to watch Top Gun Maverick. We got about 20 minutes into it, and 10-year-old girl, she just got so restless. We're just like, all right, turning it off. Go do something else. But if Miss McFavorite isn't interested in it, I'll be watching that tonight. All right. So other stuff. Did I show this? I think I did. I showed that off, right? The concept Wampa.
Yeah, from Has No Talent.
Yeah.
I don't remember seeing that.
I think so.
Well, you weren't on the last show. Sorry,
no, but I
Rock.
watched it. I watched the next day.
Oh, okay. If I didn't, so this is the Has No Talent. So let's see here. This is a vintage IG88, which is a little tall. So you can see the scale of this fucker. I mean, he is a tall drink of water. Loving it. Goofy eyes, but so was the concept art, so I can let that slide. Something even more exciting. I don't know how you get more exciting than a Wampa, but has no talent. Vintage concept Imperial Guard. So that guy is gorgeous.
It looks like a Cylon mixed
Vac metal. Yeah, it is.
Looks like a Cylon not a Kylo Ren, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. It does have very Kylo Ren-esque with the lines on the helmet and stuff.
Is he loosey-goosey like all of Has No Talents?
No, he's actually tighter than most of his stuff. Because I've been noticing that because you wait till next week with what we got. I really tested the boundaries of my buying.
I don't like ominous threats like that.
Another amazing thing. Speaking of Royal Guard, so this is a knockoff Uze, and I'm kind of pissed that this is the same guy I got my blue star from. And in that one, he punched it, but left it whole. But this one doesn't have any punch. So this is a Headman. It's a reproduction of an actual Uze figure that uses the Royal Guard figure on it. It's really interesting. He actually like hot glued or something the shield to Headman. The quality's not quite as good as the Blue Star, but again, this guy, and I'll pull it up here at the end if you guys remind me. This guy on eBay makes some of the most amazing, granted, very bootleg quality. He must be resin printing a lot of his stuff. Custom figures for just the cheapest prices you've ever seen. The Blue Star was $25 plus $5 shipping. This was $20 plus $5 shipping. And it's thick. And these are the most expensive figures he produces. He has Indiana Jones on repro G.I. Joe backs for $12 plus shipping. Like, I don't even know how he's making a profit. It seems like he just does this for fun. So we'll take a look at his webpage and people can get down on that.
Update, I just sold both Sky Strikers that I had available.
Nice.
I just sold one on Facebook and my pizza guy bought the other one. And it's cash too. So screw you, New York State.
Yeah, no one's getting you on that 20% fucking Democrat tax. I got this guy. This is the deluxe carded Black Series Boba Fett. So they had already done a Black Series carded Boba Fett, but I had to get this one because it comes with all the backpack and the blast effects and all that kind of fucking shit. So, and then I don't know if I showed this on the other one. I found it kind of hidden and back in the corner, but this is the Walmart exclusive Obi-Wan Purge Trooper. So I just love the fucking design of these. They've got the little skirts from the ARC Troopers and the pauldrons and everything, but it's black and red for the Purge Legions. Speaking of concept figures, I got this. Anyway, imagine what that's a concept of.
Emperor?
Yep.
Yeah, so I was going to guess the Emperor.
Yeah, this is the Macquarie Emperor. This was from Bobaluga, or Babaluga, however you pronounce it, Studios. So he's really good. Kind of loose, like has no talent, but still amazing render. And then even based in the whatchamacallit, Macquarie, he is still a big figure. So IG 11 is pretty big, and you can see that he almost fucking measures up to him. I need like a regular 3 3/4 so you can see how much. I would say this Emperor Guard is like a regular 3 3/4, and look at the difference there. So, oh, there we go. That's a little bit better. So, I have just gone whole hog on these fucking concept Kenner style figures. Got this guy on a pre-order, and he is dope. I fucking love him.
Is that the core one?
Yeah,
Oh,
the
yeah.
one that just came out. The Rumble is blue.
He looks pretty cool.
So it's kind of weird how he has to hunch over to use his pile drivers, but they built his neck to be able to kind of look a little bit normal. His guns pop off, and he doesn't hold them in his hands. They clip onto his forearms, but
Just like the Masterpiece one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, is that how I thought the Masterpiece one, he held them.
No, so I can pull them out right now, but yeah, they slide onto his arms.
Oh, okay.
So if you look at them right there.
Oh yeah. Oh, the pile drivers. Yeah. So the pile drivers, they just slide on. I was talking about the guns. So there's his arm. You tuck his fist in.
Right.
And then his arm just goes into the pile driver.
Exact same as the Masterpiece one.
Yeah. So I love him. Let's see. Also got this little guy. We talked about him. Now, this was not a pre-order. This I found half off at my supermarket. So that breaks my JOMO. So if I get it at that steep of a discount, I'm gonna get it. And it's just a one-step transformer, Optimus Primal. Right. The little kitty one. So I love him. I have all these little Optimus Primes, and I love them so much. Cliff, are you there? Can you hear us? Because I'm about to show something that's going to blow your mind, and I want you to see it. Let's do this while we wait for Cliff. I got this motherfucker. Oh my god. Oh shit. Whew. Yeah.
Wow, that thing was
Beasts
huge.
of the Mesozoic. This is 1/18th scale Tyrannosaurus Rex. So yeah, look at it next to my big ass head. It poked through the packaging and shipping, but that's no big deal. I'm gonna open it.
Was this a Kickstarter or was this just another company? I couldn't remember.
No, this is a Kickstarter. So his tail's down there at the bottom. So let me show the adult Triceratops. So this is the adult Triceratops at 1/18th scale. And then this is the fucking T-Rex that goes with it. So just love the decos on these. They've tried to make them as scientifically accurate as you can, knowing that we have no idea what dinosaurs actually look like. But yeah, this thing is a fucking beast. I would say he's got to be at least 7 pounds. At least as heavy as a gallon of milk, maybe a little bit heavier.
Damn.
So I'm excited to open him up. All right. Cliff's on his way. Oh, he's back. All right. So new Hot Wheels I found. And Hot Wheels I don't even count as toys. I don't even put them in toy tracking. So Mario Karts.
Nice.
Mario's Kart.
Yeah.
And then, and maybe you've seen this, Cliff, but if not, you'll be hunting it. Yeah. Batman Forever fucking Hot Wheel.
Oh, nice.
With translucent blue in the front here, and then like chromed windows and chromed tailpipe. So it said it was new for 2023.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I don't even look at Hot Wheels. So I'll have to start looking for it.
Yeah, this one, my Target had like 5 of them. So it seems like it's a pretty... Usually when I find like pop culture Hot Wheels. It's like 1 or 2 for a whole display. This one, there was like 5 of these Batmobiles and a few of these Mario Karts. So, word, nerds. That's what I got. So,
Sweet.
Speaking of Jomo, so I want to take a look. I know we're running a little late. I think we'll just fucking skip grab bag at this point to cut this at 4 hours. But let me share my screen here. I want to show people what Jomo looks like in January when you don't cancel your fucking pre-orders. So this is me not buying toys in January. Some of these were bought in December and shipped in January. But look at this fucking shit. $1,200 by not actually buying and like I say, you see the Concept Royal Guard. He's not cheap, $45. The Concept Wampa was $60. So you get some pricey stuff. But this was all just pre-orders. The D&Ds. I got and I didn't even show it, but I got the crossover Bumblebee, the Tiger Force shit. All this stuff was pre-ordered last year. And I'm just
but you paid for it last year, or did you pay for it now?
No, you pay for it now with a lot of
pay for it now.
Most of it. Some things got paid. Like my Sky Striker is here, so that got paid for a year and a half ago or whenever it was. So that got paid for it then. But yeah, I mean that's just what's crazy, and that's like I'm thinking like shit. Maybe I need to go through I already went through my pre-orders and got rid of everything that wasn't collection specific. All my Silverhawks, all the fucking Ultimates this and the Ultimates that. But this,
man, every
it's
2 weeks
fucking
I comb my
dude.
pre-orders every 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's what I need to do too. Because this was just fucking shocking. That all this stuff fucking...
So it was more than toy a day. It was 42
pre-order.
toys in the month of January.
Yeah. That 37. Because the first 5 rows... No, I know. No, the first 5 rows are just... But, I mean, look at this. It's already average per toy, $32. Average per day, $39 per day I spent on toys in January. Every single day. Didn't even have to do anything, and I spent $39. 10 exclusives out of those 37 toys. So I just wanted to show that was a little depressing. I did all of that today, and I was like, man, I'm doing so good. I'm not shopping for toys. I'm not buying toys besides a couple Hot Wheels, and then still, this is everything I received and how much it cost me. So, was there something else I wanted to show? I thought I wanted to talk about, but anyways, no. I just have one question. So, you know how this toy, a Kickstarter for a toy, you back it, you buy your 4 figures for $100, then they open up a store and they keep the pre-orders going for how long? What is the deal with that? Because I think it was Call Sign Longbow or one of them. And I saw like the figures aren't going in production now. Like you're not getting to like 2024. And I was thinking to myself, like, why did I bother back in the Kickstarter if they're the same price now anyway? And I didn't have to pay the money then. I don't know. I'm just like, I think I'm done with Kickstarters with toys. Like after these two I just backed. Yeah, it's not as bad as it seems. So for Longbow, I saw I read all their communications they sent. So they reopened the store. It got pushed back so far because they didn't realize so many things were gonna get unlocked. And I've heard the same thing from fucking toy, what is it? Fucking Rubens Toy Runners or whatever. That
Gun
shit.
Runners,
yeah.
Marauders.
Yeah, Marauders. Yeah. They said the same thing. Every time they're like, we didn't expect our thing to be this big, and now it is, and so it's pushing production back a year, you know. So that's kind of expected when something's so successful. But you're right. The pre-order, most places will increase their pre-order prices over Kickstarter. So I thought they should just raise their prices a couple bucks, in my opinion. But who knows? Maybe they're trying to get capital, you know, because that's a lot of times what happens with these Kickstarters is when they're so successful, they need to dump a bunch of their money into it. And then the other thing is, and this Longbow did this well as well, is you can't pre-order anything that was a Kickstarter exclusive. So they're very specific. This figure is a Kickstarter exclusive. You have to do it during the Kickstarter. But that's usually only 1 or 2 figures. The rest of the line you can fucking get.
Yeah, because I was just like, I guess got kind of a little confused by it. And I was just like, oh, well, you know, why now it seemed like it was delayed. It was just a small little gripe, but I was just like, it was just one of those things that annoyed me.
It makes it less special, and especially when they announce that because it was so successful, it's going to take more time. That is, to me, one of the most aggravating things. But it's understandable, I guess.
But guys, I'm going to go because I'm going to watch. Me and my son watched that TV show, The Last of Us, from the video game.
Yeah,
it's my son's favorite video game. He's bought it multiple times. Every time they redo it, he rebuys. So he's waiting for me. He's got it on pause. So it was good to talk with you guys, and I'll see you guys in 2 weeks.
Yep.
All right,
See you, Rock.
Take it easy, man.
All right, bye.
And here we can just see what we would have talked about. Mandalorian Season 3 trailer, reasons for Renegade's cancellation, Rise of the Beasts will be in 3D. There's a deck building game with G.I. Joe and Transformers, and they're going to do a crossover of that, so that's kind of fun for deck building enthusiasts. And there will be a Joe tabletop game coming out.
And I know, obviously, but for our listeners who don't, what's a deck building game? Obviously, I know, but just for the people who don't.
Well, I'll tell you the truth. I don't really know either. Besides, it's like Magic the Gathering.
Oh,
Pokemon.
okay. So it's like a card deck. Okay.
Yeah.
I was like,
sorry.
Building?
Oh yeah, card deck building. So you keep buying decks. You keep buying cards, and you build the best deck to battle. Yeah. Okay, I knew at least that much, but not much more.
That's
than
all you
that.
had to say. Card game.
I have never played Magic in my life, even though Shane owned a comic book store 5 blocks from my house that did Magic gatherings like every other night. It is coming, but I never played. My friend Jason
Allen in 7th grade tried to teach me. I was like, no, nope, this is too much.
All right. Well, it looks like we've lost everybody except for Cliff on the live feed at this point. So,
yeah, dude, I've worked today, so I've literally been sitting in this spot since about 7:30 a.m.
That's
like
rough.
I am burnt out.
All right. Well, we will see you motherfuckers sooner rather than later.
Later rather than sooner.
Peace.
Secret.